Football on Sun Sports is brought to you in part by your Southern Chevy dealers. Visit Chevy.com to find out why Chevy Silverado is the 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. By Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. And by UF and Shands, the science of hope. A hot, steamy first day of September in the Swamp, aptly named today. No question about that. And the Florida Gators set to begin defense of their national championship against the Hilltoppers from Bowling Green, Kentucky. A lot of young Gators eagerly awaiting their first opportunity to run onto the field at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. And here they come. Urban Meyer with one of the youngest football teams in Division I college football this year, but a very talented team, and this sellout crowd anxiously awaiting their first chance to see some of these talented youngsters on the field against Western Kentucky. Urban Meyer coming off the national championship season. He had an undefeated season as head coach at Utah. And on the other sideline today, the Hilltoppers from Bowling Green, Kentucky. A few perhaps little-known facts about Western Kentucky. Enrollment of about 18,000 students. They've recently joined the Sun Belt Conference. They are not bowl eligible or championship eligible in the Sun Belt Conference until 2009. So a provisional 1A school here in 2007 from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Last year they won 6 and lost 5. And the Hilltoppers have had a lot of success through the years. Won a 1AA national championship in 2002. David Steele, Nat Moore, Steve Babbitt with you from Gainesville. Let's get our first update from Steve.
Well, guys, all coaches hope they can go through a preseason without major injuries. Not the case for the Florida Gators, though. They lose a frontline guy in Phil Trotwine. They've lost a few guys, but the most important is offensive tackle Phil Trotwine. Last year, All-SEC second team, started all 14 games. He was diagnosed with a stress fracture of the foot. He's out indefinitely. What does that mean for this Florida Gator offensive line? You've got to move some people around. You've got to move Jason Watkins to that left tackle spot. You've got Carlton Metter at right tackle. At center is Drew Miller, a new guy at that position. Jim Tart at left guard. The new guy, the new kid on the block because Trotwine is out, is Marquise Pouncey, freshman from Lakeland. We'll keep an eye on Pouncey. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, one of two true freshmen in the starting lineup. Joe Hayden on the defensive side of the ball at a cornerback position is the other. David Elson is the head coach for the Hilltoppers in his 5th year at the helm, an Indianapolis, Indiana native. You talk about job security. He's got a contract that will keep him in this position until 2012. A record of 30-17 in 4 years as head man at Western Kentucky. Some key rule changes for the year. Kickoffs moving to the 30-yard line, which should set up some very entertaining play on special teams. Clock changes, too short last year. The games and the rules committee making some wise moves to start the clock only after the game is touched on a kickoff and also on the snap of the ball after change of possessions. And commercial timeouts, teams have got to be wary. They've only got 15 seconds to get to the line of scrimmage after commercial timeouts.
Now that's going to be one that's really going to be sticky, Dave, for these teams to realize that they've got to get on the field before
quickly
and then get the play called on the sideline and come. You'll see a lot of teams come right up to the line of scrimmage off the sideline.
So that's a move to keep the game moving. The other changes, they felt like they had gone perhaps too far in trying to keep the game moving, so they've backed off on the starting of the clock. Joey Ehas will kick off, and standing deep for the Hilltoppers is Bo Smith, a senior from Rockledge, Florida. This Western Kentucky team features a total of 12 players from the Sunshine State on their roster. Smith is one of them. Joey Ehas, who did kickoff duties last year for the Gators. High and short, and Smith from the 3-yard line. Bo Smith out of Rockledge High School, a nice return out to the 28-yard line, and that's where the Hilltoppers will begin their offense. A 26-yard return. Dorian Monroe made the tackle for the Florida Gators. And a quarterback for Western Kentucky is a transfer from Notre Dame. A fourth-year player, actually a fifth-year player in college football, a fourth-year junior from Mount Joliet, Tennessee, David Wolke. He backed up Brady Quinn a couple of years ago in 2005 and played in 6 games for the Fighting Irish. A lot of new faces on that Gator defense. We'll be telling you about them throughout today's game. And Wolke on the play-action fake, throwing on first down and connecting to Jesse Quinn for a Hilltopper first down. The tackle made by Wandy Pierre-Louis. Starting lineup brought to you by Checkers, the official burger of the Florida Gators. Here's that Hilltopper offense. Just picked up 30 yards on that play of veteran offensive line. And their backs and receivers led by McLeod and Hayden, both the very good offensive line, with 3 starters returning from a year ago. And a 30-yard play on first down with Wolke connecting to Quinn. Young defense for Florida. Wolke scrambling and picks up good yardage to the Gator 34-yard line. Let's look at this young Florida defense for you and set them up in this fashion. Along the defensive line, Harvey returns, the sack specialist. Walford McMillan, the tackles, and Antoine. 3 new linebackers led by Brandon Spikes. He's the man in the middle. Doe and A.J. Jones. And the defensive secondary featuring a true freshman for the first time at a quarterback position, Joe Hayden. Right now that defense is back on its heels at 2nd down and a yard for Western Kentucky. They've run 2 plays and have advanced the ball into Florida territory. A lot of time to throw, and the Hilltoppers pick up the first down at the Florida 30-yard line. And a 4-yard gain. That pass caught by Jake Gabler. Here's that secondary for the Gators. Pierre-Louis, a sophomore. Hayden, a true freshman on the corners. Joyner and Jackson provide experience at the safety positions and leadership for the Florida Gators. So Florida looking for great leadership out of number 19 there. Tony Joyner and Kyle Jackson try and get these young guys in the right spot.
And that's the tough part, is that usually you're allowing your linebackers to help get everybody in the right spot, but you've got 2 veterans, safeties, as well as Derek Harvey.
Tyrell Hayden, the ball carrier. He's hit by Cunningham. Our keys to the game brought to you by Chevrolet. Visit Chevy.com. Find out why Chevy Silverado is the 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Well, Western Kentucky would like to come out, establish the run. They were able to control the ball last year versus Georgia, 38 minutes. They don't want to give up big plays. They gave away 4 last week. They do not want to give that to Florida. And then for Florida's offense, they want a clean game. No mistakes, no turnovers. And then on defense, they want to control the line of scrimmage, stuff the run, and force David Wolfe to throw the football. So far, they have not been able to do that.
Again, a short drop and a quick toss, and the pass caught. And the Hilltoppers continue to move the ball downfield to the 19-yard line of the Gators. Quinterrence Cooper, a freshman from St. Augustine, another Floridian, makes the catch out of St. Augustine High School.
And David, exactly what they're doing is they're taking advantage of these young corners and young linebackers. The Gators are trying to drop in coverage. Their best athletes are their receivers, Hamilton Quinn and Quinterrence Cooper, excuse me. So they're just trying to get the ball into their hands and let them make plays.
And another first down for the Hilltoppers. Wolke keeping. This time he's got nowhere to go. Inside the 20 to about the 19. He might have picked up 1 yard. And McMillan was there, big 98. One of only a couple. I think there are 3 fifth-year seniors on this Florida team. McMillan is one of them.
And for the Hilltoppers, this is a new offense that was just put in this spring, this spread offense. So the Gators have not had a chance to look at this team on tape and get any concept of what they expected or what they are going to do today.
They didn't know what to expect, but they're spreading the field and letting the transfer from Notre Dame work. The pass over the middle is broken up and incomplete. intended for Quinn. And a nice play by freshman. They're going right at the true freshman out of Fort Washington, Maryland, Joe Hayden. But this guy is a tremendously talented individual. Obviously, Nat, if you're going to become a starting cornerback in the SEC at a national championship caliber program, you're awfully good.
Yeah, he had great coverage that time on Jesse Quinn, who's 6'1". Looked like Kyle Jackson had a chance to pick it off, but the ball was batted away. Good reaction by the safety. Outstanding play by the corner.
Third down and the pitch to Hamilton. Hamilton to the 11, about 2 yards short of a first down. That'll bring up fourth down for the Hilltoppers. Brandon Spikes made the tackle on that option play by Western Kentucky. Now they've got a terrific kicking game.
Well, just a heads-up play that time by Wolke. As he's getting hit, he's able to pitch the ball out to his receiver, number 15, Curtis Hamilton, and Hamilton picks up additional yardage. Gives them a good fourth and short situation.
Well, they're not going for the field goal. They're going to try and pick up the first down, even though they've got one of the better kickers in Chris James. Well, a big play early. Western Kentucky showing a lot of confidence, and the handoff is to Hayden. And I don't think he got the first down. He just got inside the 10. He needed the 9-yard line. Dustin Doe really popped him just inside the 10.
Yeah, Dustin Doe came over the top that time, David, just as Hayden thought he had the first down. It just knocked him backwards, not allowing him to fall forward. Depending on the spot, Gators should take over possession. Here's another look at it right in the middle of your screen. Nice job by Doe. He's not blocked. He reads his keys, sees the handoff, gets up in there, makes the tackle short of the first down.
Yeah, you can tell clearly that he did not advance the ball to the 9. And an interesting decision by David Elson. I guess you figure, Nat, you got nothing to lose here against the defending national champions, and why not go for it? But they could easily have taken an early 3-0 lead on the short field goal. Instead, it's Florida's football inside the 10-yard line.
Well, and you take a chance. You know you've got a good field goal kicker. Even though you don't get points out of this, you got Florida backed up, and you try and force them to go the length of the field without making a mistake. You know, you could get the ball back in good field position with a chance to kick the field goal in the next drive if the Gators are not able to start a drive, get some first downs, Dave.
But the Hilltoppers advance the ball from their 25-yard line all the way to the Gator 9. And that's where the Gators and Tim Tebow will take the football when we come back. Welcome back to Gainesville, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Florida takes the football for the first time this afternoon after a fairly impressive drive by Western Kentucky. And the much anticipated start of Tim Tebow getting his first collegiate start here today in the Swamp. Big left-hander out of Jacksonville. Collegiate star at Nice High School. And the backup to Chris Leak a year ago, but already of legendary status in the Sunshine State, as he made so many big plays last year in Florida's march toward the national title. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Checkers, the official burger of the Florida Gators. There are the backs and receivers, so much speed, led by number 1, Percy Harvin. And the offensive line, until Phil Troutwine went down, one of the more experienced units in the Southeastern Conference, but a true freshman, Marquise Pouncey out of Lakeland, moves into the starting lineup as Urban Meyer and his staff had to shuffle the deck due to Troutwine's injury. And so here comes Tim Tebow, the sophomore, and now the starting quarterback for the Florida Gators, something that he has been preparing for almost his entire life. He grew up a Gator. He had posters of Danny Werfel up on his bedroom walls as a youngster. And now it's his team to lead. And the first play is a handoff to Keyston Moore and a gain of 6 yards out across the 15-yard line. Marion Rumpf makes the tackle for the Hilltopper defense. Here they are. Klein, Walker, and Belcher across the front line. Walker, a senior, the only senior of that group. They run a 3-4 defense. Andre Lewis, the leading tackler, also a senior out of Madison, Tennessee. And their secondary, an experienced bunch Marion Rumpf out of Bradenton Manatee High School has been their leading tackler each of the last 2 seasons. Tebow looking to throw. Nobody open, so as he is wont to do, he'll run it, sidestep one man, and race out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Showing some nifty footwork, an 18-yard run by the talented sophomore from Jacksonville.
And David, the great part about this, watch these guys here. Great pocket, but he shows the patience. He looks downfield, first read, second read. Now he tucks it away, and he does what we know he does well, which is run with the football. Nice job by the receiver picking up a would-be tackler, wisely getting out of bounds after an 18-yard gain, not taking any hits.
He was Florida's second leading rusher a year ago with 469 yards on the ground and limited playing time. Tebow going to throw it deep for Caldwell. Beautifully thrown ball and a completion inside the Western Kentucky 20-yard line. Andre Caldwell. Last year, he played on the inside. This year, he's moved to the outside, and Florida intends to use his speed, which they did here.
Well, there's a question about the speed and the arm strength of my man, Mr. Tim Tebow. The speed of Caldwell, who's moved outside to replace Dallas Baker of last year. There you saw the hookup, the speed of Andre Caldwell and Tebow throwing the deep ball for completion.
And those who wondered if Tebow could throw the football, that was a beautiful pass. Jared Faison with the handoff, and he picks up 6 or 7 yards to the 12-yard line of Western Kentucky. Florida plans to use Jared Faison, the sophomore, former high school quarterback from Hillsborough High in Tampa, in a number of different roles this year. This time they hand him the football. He is a much improved player from a year ago.
Much improved player, but it just goes to show you that in high school, your best athlete, David, is normally that quarterback. So as you start to look at this Florida football team, you'll see quarterbacks playing everywhere. Case in point, Joe Hayden at the cornerback position.
Percy Harvin, the man in motion. Tebow on the option. Pitches to Percy to the 5. Harvin is stopped short of the goal line inside the 1. A nice tackle by Andre Lewis to deny the Gators their first score. And Harvin, he'd like to have another chance at that one. So close to putting it in the end zone.
And watch how Tim Tebow holds this ball to the last minute. He forces the linebacker to cover him. Good blocking down the field. And I thought Harvin was in, but nice job by everybody of getting a hat on a defender and giving Percy Harvin somewhere to run with the football. Good open spacing. Didn't get touched until he got down inside the 1-yard line.
Gators line up in a power formation. Tebow will keep it and push it in for the touchdown. He scored 8 rushing touchdowns last year in his backup role to Chris Leak. This one easy for the 6'3", 235-pound sophomore. So the first touchdown for the defending national champions is scored by Tim Tebow here in the 2007 season. It puts the Gators on top. An impressive 91-yard drive. Joey Ehas with the extra point try. The kick is good. Well, Tim Tebow mixing the run with the pass. He was such an emotional player last year, but very calmly leading the Gators downfield for their first score of the season and pounding it in for the touchdown.
Nestled in the heart of Florida, there's a place unique in all the world where majestic oaks sway and stage shows swing, where it's as much about the wildlife as it is about the nightlife. A place where families gather to watch alligators while fans unite to root for Florida Gators. Gainesville, Alachua County, where nature and culture meet. Visit our website today and start planning your vacation in Gainesville, Alachua County, where nature and culture meet.
Rock Shrimp Country, Dixie Crossroads.
Come into your original Dixie Crossroads in Titusville September 3rd through the 9th for Grandparents Week. Celebrate by bringing in pictures of your grandchildren and enjoy our special discounts. Discounts every day from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and all day on Sunday. Grandparents Week only at your original Dixie Crossroads.
Dixie Crossroads, Crossroads is the place. It's Rock Shrimp Country.
Toyota's Lots on the Lot event. With so many great trucks to choose from, it's the right time to buy. Now, with available cash back and the XSP Sport Package discount, get $5,000 in total savings on a new 2007 Tundra Double Cab SR5. Toyota's Lots on the Lot event. Going on now.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College kickoff, Friday at 7, only on Sun Sports.
And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Step into the cage for Rays baseball on FSN Florida. Carl Crawford leads the Rays against Derek Jeter and the Yankees. Rays Yankees today at 12:30 on FSN Florida.
College football on Sun Sports is brought to you in part by Dixie Crossroads, famous for wild ocean shrimp, including their trademark specialty, rock shrimp, the shrimp that tastes like lobster. And by the Alachua County Visitors and Convention Bureau, where nature and culture meet. Florida Gators march 91 yards on their first offensive series of the season and take a 7-0 lead against Western Kentucky with quarterback Tim Tebow putting it into the end zone.
Yeah, just good solid blocking up the middle as well as off that left side. You got Drew Miller, Jim Tart, and Jason Watkins on the left side. Nice job by Marquise Pouncey as well. So nice job. Offensive line taking control of the football game early on. Great pass protection. And then when they wanted to run the football, David, they found seams for the backs they run through.
Florida moving it rather easily against the Hilltopper defense, as you might expect. But Western Kentucky's offense very sharp on their first drive of the game as well. Now Florida's young defense will have another chance to try and iron some things out. There is Rashard Etheridge, the deep man for Western Kentucky. Along with Bo Smith back here, two Florida natives. Joey Ehas will kick off for the Gators. He earned a scholarship in the preseason. This will be Etheridge from the goal line. A good kick by Ehas. And a terrific tackle by Jeremy Finch, a freshman linebacker out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And this guy is going to be something special, along with so many other members of this freshman class. Steve Babbitt.
A key part of the Gator defense is the role of the free safety. We saw that last year with the play of number 1 Reggie Nelson. This year, Kyle Jackson, a lot of responsibility. Gators are playing much more zone back there because of the young defense. Kyle Jackson, though, they're hoping that they can go to the man-free style of defense. Everybody plays man-to-man except the safety. He covers the deep part of the field. We'll see how Kyle Jackson adjusts.
The new quarterback for Western Kentucky is redshirt freshman KJ Black. He hands off to Hayden. Tyrell Hayden cannot turn the corner. Brandon Spikes is there, the sophomore linebacker from Shelby, North Carolina. Well, Black gave Wolke a good run for the starting job, a redshirt freshman. A high school standout from Louisville. And so David Elson, much like Urban Meyer, getting two quarterbacks ready to play. We expect to see Cameron Newton on the field for the Gators here in this first half at quarterback as well, the backup man for the Gators. Black throwing. Cannot find a receiver. Down he goes at the 11-yard line. Brandon Antwine, a sophomore, number 47 from Garland, Texas, is there to make the stop.
Well, Antwine will get the credit for the hit and the tackle, but the guy that really made this play, they're trying to pick on Joe Hayden, the freshman out there, and he's got Cooper covered. It forces KJ Black to pull the ball down and try and run with it. And of course, Antwine was right there waiting for him, holding down the middle.
You will see a lot of players on that front line for the Gators, all across the front. The four-man front. They're going to rotate them in and out on a hot day. Black throwing, Cooper on the receiving end, and there's Spikes, the middle linebacker, to knock Cooper down at the 16. Brandon Spikes is going to be the leader of this defense in the middle, replacing, of course, Brandon Seiler in that spot. And before that, Channing Crowder, a great tradition of middle linebackers at Florida.
And David, Brandon that time realized that it's 3rd and 10. He got a great drop. You know, when you get a linebacker drop 10, 12 yards in the defense and in the zone, he can react up and make that tackle short of the first down the way he did, keeping everything in front of him. Nice job by the freshman, the redshirt freshman.
That's Spikes making a couple of big plays early. Jared Faison standing back. The punt rush is on. A flag is thrown. And so Western Kentucky is going to benefit from a roughing the kicker penalty. And the Gators eager to block the punt. That's been a major focus this year. Urban Meyer wants his special teams to go for broke. And they got a little too aggressive this time on the first punt of the season. That'll be a first down for the Hilltoppers. Look at them come.
Well, they call this on Chris Rainey, but he actually got blocked into the kicker at the last minute as he was trying to come up with a block punt. The Gators blocked quite a few kicks last year, and you know, Chris Rainey is a young man that's a freshman, true freshman out of Lakeland that has great speed, and they want to use him coming off the edge to try and block some of these kicks. Tough situation for the defense. It's called sudden change, David. You think you've gotten off the field, and all of a sudden you get a penalty, and now you're back on the field. Tough situation for a young defense to be in.
And it is extremely hot and humid on the first day of September. KJ Black running the show for the Hilltoppers once again. And a tackle made by Joe Hayden, the freshman cornerback, on Tyrell Hayden. Number 7 Gators soccer hosting number 3 Notre Dame on Sunday, September the 2nd. That's a 1:30 p.m. start. Let's pack Presley and break the attendance record. The first 2,500 fans receive a Gator soccer t-shirt courtesy of Sun Sports. Admission is free. Florida going with the nickel defense. Dorian Monroe, the 5th defensive back on the field. Black on the play action. And his pass is caught by Curtis Hamilton for a first down to the 35-yard line. Hamilton, a legit wide receiver and a junior out of West Paducah, Kentucky. He caught 52 balls and 10 touchdowns last year for Western Kentucky.
Gators do a good job of staying at home that time by Derek Harvey, but an outstanding throw that time by KJ Black as he goes to the number 1 receiver for the Hilltoppers, Curtis Hamilton. And they say he's their best athlete, David.
Yeah. 3rd team All-American and 1AA a year ago. And the 4th first down for the Hilltoppers today. Tyrell Hayden, the ball carrier, gets back to the line of scrimmage, tackled by Cunningham and Harvey. Jermaine Cunningham, the sophomore from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Big shoes to fill out there with the departure of Jarvis Moss, but you see the speed of Cunningham.
Well, I think the thing that you look for when you look at a shot like that, David, is that line of scrimmage is moving into the backfield. That time we saw Javier Estepina do a nice job of pushing the center and the guard back, and that allowed great penetration, allows you to come up and make tackles like that for losses.
Hamilton had a little bit of alligator arms on that swing pass. He heard some footsteps coming from Brandon Spikes, number 51.
You know, I don't know why you guys always say that about receivers. What is an alligator arm? You know,
well,
I mean,
they just don't
either
quite
caught the
stretch
ball.
out
Oh,
there.
he did there, David. What are you insinuating here?
Kept
partner?
his arms in a little bit tight to his body. That's all I'm saying.
In other words, he didn't want it that time. He
Not
wasn't
that
sure.
badly. Not that badly. Another true freshman on the field for the Gators, number 44, Duke Lemons. He's out of Westlake Village, California. Black looking to throw, but he's got nowhere to go. Florida with some great speed on the ends. And these young guys can really go and get the football. That's Lemons. Also Derek Harvey, we know he can go get the quarterback. He was the man in there on Black.
And this is Derek Harvey coming off that left defensive end position, actually forces Black to pull it down and try and take off. But Lemon doing a nice job of seeing the quarterback, just falls off his would-be blocker, makes the tackle.
Also Justin Trateau, number 94, was lined up on the other side opposite Derek Harvey that time. So a lot of speed these young defenders bring to the table. More punting again. This time the Gators don't challenge him. Faison watching it roll around. He'll pick it up and try and return it from the 15-yard line. Jared Faison out to the 23. And a good kick by Jeremy Moore. Florida's offense will take possession at the 23-yard line. That is a 59-yard punt with a nice bounce for the Hilltoppers. Florida takes the football, their second offensive series of the game.
One reason to come to Steak and Shake is our service. Let's break that word down. Serve. At Steak and Shake, we come to your table to take your order, cook your order to order, then bring you your order. Ice.
Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
Once there was a cow named Belle who could sing. She was enchanting to all who heard her. Everyone agreed Belle's singing was superb, and her milk was divine. And to this day, there's a little Belle in every bite of Bluebell ice cream.
Camille at Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Stay tuned for an unbelievable announcement.
Lifetime warranty now at Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Zero deductible, no limit on mileage. For the first time in history, when you buy at Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge, you get a lifetime warranty. We are changing the car buying world as you know it. Come to Napleton and get your lifetime warranty now.
That's Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge, home of the lifetime warranty.
This week on the best damn sports show, period. Baltimore Ravens All-Pro Ray Lewis. How will the Ravens knock off the Colts in the AFC? Team USA's Dwight Howard. Can this team of superstars bring home the gold for America? Plus the bus. Steelers great Jerome Bettis. Did he really fake an injury while playing for the Steelers? And Jerome's former coach and Super Bowl winner, Bill Cowher. This week at 11.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Get your in-depth coverage of college football in Florida every week on the Chevy Tailgate Weekend. Start your weekend with previews of the upcoming games on Friday night's Rec Warehouse College Kickoff. Immediately following the games on Saturday, we bring you extended live post-game analysis and press conferences on the Geico Seminole and Gator postgame. And finally, tune in Monday nights for energetic debate and Monday evening quarterbacking on Tailgate Overtime presented by AT&T. The Chevy Tailgate Weekend only on Sun Sports.
Florida Gators ranked number 3 in the country, defending their national championship. It's the season opener against Western Kentucky University in a sellout crowd here on the first day of September. Tim Tebow, the new starting quarterback for the Gators, for the first time a new starting quarterback since September of 2003. Of course, Florida fans have been eagerly awaiting Tim Tebow to take control of this team, and boy did he impress this sellout crowd on the Florida Gators' first possession.
And David, he did it all. You know, he showed his ability to scramble with the football. He showed his ability to throw the football. He showed power running. But even more so, one of the key plays that he had in that drive that we didn't show was his ability to run the option, hold the ball to the last minute, then push and then pitch it, shall I say, back to Percy Harvin to take it down to the 1-yard line.
You think we might see a little bit more of that Tebow Harvin option throughout the course of this season? That is a dangerous play, because Tebow, we know, has the ability to cut it upfield and run the football, and then you got Harvin with that blazing speed to the outside. How in the world do opposing defenses defend that?
Well, it comes down to you've just got to pick your poison and figure out who hurts you the most. you know that at any given time, Percy Harvin can take it all the way to the house. So therefore, you'd like to try and force the quarterback to take some punishment, and hopefully it'll wear him down during the ball game.
First down, Florida from the 23. And the handoff goes inside to Keyston Moore. So the junior from Arlington, Texas, who has had a terrific preseason, earning that starting tailback position. He had his moments over the last couple of years. A 28-yard run in that SEC championship victory against Arkansas. Last year in the opener against Southern Mississippi, he was impressive with 51 yards rushing. Also caught 3 passes and a touchdown. Aaron Hernandez, another true freshman, number 81, has checked in for the Gators. And the direct snap to Percy Harvin. Harvin dancing around back there, and he's got nowhere to go on 2nd down and 5, and might have picked up a yard, but Andre Lewis alertly makes the tackle.
Well, David, that time as Percy started to run that quarterback sweep, he forgot that those other guys don't run quite as fast as he does. So when he turned back, they were there waiting for him. He's got to stay with that and basically take it all the way to the sideline before he cut up. That time he tried to cut it back, and there were like 6, 7 red jerseys then. They just don't seem to have the speed to keep up with him. So when you turn back, they're going to be there.
Yeah. Harvin with incredible speed and strength, much stronger than a year ago as a freshman out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. 3rd down, Tebow. Caldwell. Look out if he can get in the open field, but he can't. He does, however, pick up a first down at the 41-yard line, and the tackle made by Marion Rump, the senior from Bradenton. A 12-yard pickup. Tebow connecting with the 5th-year senior, Andre Caldwell.
And in this offense, that outside receiver becomes your favorite target in the spread offense, because you're working one-on-one. You know, good blocking up front. You see, Bubba Caldwell used to be one of those fast guys that didn't play fast. He's one of the fastest guys on the field now, and he plays with that same speed and emotion because he understands the offense and what they're trying to accomplish each and every time.
Tebow cranking it deep. Riley Cooper is all by himself for the touchdown.
Well,
59 yards, Nat.
Obviously, the Hilltoppers didn't see the tape of last year, where Tebow takes the snap, acts like he's going to run, 2 steps up, drops back, and he hits Riley Cooper. I think we saw that movie quite a bit last year.
Yeah, we did. And working successfully twice already here today. Ehas's extra point try makes it 14-0. When you talk about productivity, what about Riley Cooper? He caught 4 balls last year in his freshman season. 3 of them went for touchdowns against Western Carolina. Now his first catch of this year goes all the way to the end zone.
Riley Cooper averaged 23 yards per catch. There's that little fake as if he's going to run the football. That sort of freezes the corners and the safety corners looking for help from the free safety, and Cooper's able to get 5-6 yards behind everybody. And believe it or not, on the other side, Andre Caldwell was wide open.
Well, Cooper has very good speed. He's a big guy at 6'3", 216.
And I tell you what I really like about that pass. You got a receiver 10 yards, 5-10 yards behind the defense. You didn't try and throw a perfect pass. You just tried to complete the pass. Nice job of just getting the ball down there where Cooper can handle it and go for a touchdown.
You know, guys, one thing that stood out to me listening to Charlie Strong talk about the Florida team, David, you can recall this, when asked about how well Tebow's throwing the ball, Charlie says, oh, he's throwing it real well, real well. It's one thing for the offensive guys to compliment the quarterback, but Charlie Strong, he's trying to defend that in practice, and he thought Tebow was throwing the ball great during the preseason. We've seen that carry over to the opening game.
Yeah, in our conversation with Charlie earlier in the week, he could not say enough nice things about Florida's offense. Just so many weapons on the perimeter. The great speed on the outside. Cornelius Ingram, a big guy that can also run from the inside slot. And then Tim Tebow, who throws the ball well, as clearly we've seen. He's thrown 2 long balls already today and been perfect on both of them. Look at that kick by Ehas as Etheridge catches it and has to step out of bounds. That was just a perfect kick. He could not have run down there and laid it any better than he did. Ehas with a tremendous kick.
Outstanding kick by Ehas, but a bonehead play by Etheridge. You've got to let this ball go, because even if you catch it, there's nothing you can do with it. You've got to take a chance on that ball going out of bounds on its own without you trying to catch the football. He knows it as he goes to the sideline. He'll learn from that mistake, David.
Yeah, big mistake there by the sophomore from St. Petersburg out of Catholic High School. And so the Hilltoppers are backed up at about their 3-inch line. And the north end zone getting loud down there for quarterback KJ Black. Hands off to Andrew McLeod, and McLeod with some daylight over the left side of the line. And a gain of 7 yards. Dustin Doe made the tackle. McLeod, a sophomore out of Harrodsburg, Kentucky, carried for 443 yards a year ago. There's Doe, one of 3 new starters at linebacker for the Gators. Earl Everett, Brandon Seiler, Ryan Crum, all gone. And now it's Dustin Doe, Brandon Spikes, A.J. Jones, and then a slew of young, talented freshmen to back those 3 up. McLeod again, this time nowhere to go. Brandon Antwine, again, number 47, clogging up the middle.
And I tell you, David, that time Brandon Antwine didn't make the mistake he made down around the goal line, which is he crowded the line of scrimmage, so when it bounced outside, he couldn't get over. This time, he laid back, he waited for the running back to commit to a hole, and then he went up and made the tackle.
Antwine played in 9 Gator games last year, so he did get his feet wet as a freshman. Speaking of freshmen, number 8 is Carlos Dunlap, a true freshman, one of the highest touted defensive ends in high school football last year out of North Charleston, South Carolina. In the game for the Gators on 3rd down and 5. And here's Dunlap, but he tackled the wrong guy as Black kept it and still did not pick up a first down. Tony Joyner closing the door.
I must correct you there, David. He did not tackle the wrong guy. That's his guy right there. He takes the fullback. Now the linebackers and the corners got to come up and make this tackle, and they do.
Everybody did their job.
Defense, operate. They couldn't have done it any better, especially for a young football team.
I tell you what, Dunlap was in the backfield in a hurry, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's the most dangerous guy with the football. If you let that fullback go and he runs for a first down, coach is going to be a little upset.
Western Kentucky, which operated effectively on its first series, but Florida's young defense seems to be getting its feet under itself as they have now shut down the Hilltoppers on Western Kentucky's final 2 possessions. And Florida with a 14-0 lead after 1 quarter on a touchdown run by Tim Tebow and a touchdown pass to Riley Cooper.
Step into the cage for Rays baseball on FSN Florida. Carl Crawford leads the Rays against Derek Jeter and the Yankees. Rays Yankees today at 12:30 on FSN Florida.
This week on the best damn sports show, period. Baltimore Ravens All-Pro Ray Lewis. How will the Ravens knock off the Colts in the AFC? Team USA's Dwight Howard. Can this team of superstars bring home the gold for America? Plus the bus. Steelers great Jerome Bettis. Did he really fake an injury while playing for the Steelers? And Jerome's former coach and Super Bowl winner, Bill Cowher. This week at 11.
Now, there's an internet site that was made for Gator fans. FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com. Get exclusive recruiting updates, interviews, and insider reports on breaking Gator news. With daily bulletins, email alerts, and message boards. For the best Gator coverage on the net, go to FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College kickoff, Friday at 7 only on Sun Sports.
And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Immediately following the Florida-Troy game, catch extended live post-game analysis, player interviews, and Urban Meyer's press conference during the Geico Gator postgame. Saturday at 9:30 only on Sun Sports.
Opening day here from the Swamp, 2007. Tim Tebow era has begun, and the Gators are off to a good start, leading 14-0. A lot of heat issues here that the Gators have to worry about. Talking to Anthony Pass, their trainer, dehydration. The Gators have been working on that all preseason. Hydration, keeping the fluids in to avoid cramps and muscle fatigue. Second thing is the TMS system. That is the temperature monitoring system. That is air conditioning. Basically air conditioning pumped into the shoulder pads while the guys are on the sideline to cool down the body temperature. And thirdly, it's all about heat index. That's a combination of relative humidity and temperature. For 2 weeks, the Gators worked in over 100 degrees heat index. That will get you acclimated to any kind of hot weather. So the Gators are very concerned about it, but they play in this kind of weather. They've got the advantage.
And it is hot, as you would expect on September 1st. And for the fans, as Western Kentucky will punt to start the second quarter. Low, short, end over end. Jared Faison with a chance to return this one. Nice footwork by the sophomore from Tampa, but down he goes at the 41. But you know, for the fans, the university has done a number of things. They've got those misting tents, Nat, you're familiar with those all around the stadium. They're giving out sunscreen and fans to the fans. They're selling water bottles for just $1. Pride of the Sunshine Band outfitted in shorts. Now, we went with short sleeve shirts, Nat, but they didn't let us wear shorts.
That's the first. You know, I mean, and that's cool. I like that. A little golf attire there.
And a sellout crowd broiling in this North Central Florida sun. Sellout crowd number 110 in a row.
Over 90,000 faithfuls that not rain, sun, or heat will keep them away.
Here's that option we saw in the first period with Tebow and Harvey working effectively again, and a 12-yard run by Percy Harvin. Tim Tebow very calm and cool and collected as the starting quarterback for the Gators early today, and that is a lot different from the emotional Tim Tebow that we saw in relief of Chris Leak last year. He really is keeping his emotions under control. He's made 2 terrific long throws.
And that's what's so ironic. You know, everybody questioned his ability to throw the football after seeing him run with it last year, but well, you know, what did he throw for in high school? I mean,
10,000
all of a sudden
yards.
he lost the ability to throw the football.
Here's Harvin again on that bubble screen, and Percy Harvin is simply one of the most electrifying players in college football, gets 7 more yards.
Well, when you look at the Gators here, out here, this here is Percy Harvin's. But watch what happens. His fellow receivers will make the key block. Now look at there, great blocking out front. To play in this offense, you've got to be able to block as a receiver. If you can't block, you're not going to play. And the Gators do a nice job of teaching these young men how to block downfield.
Flag is thrown. Florida tried to quick snap it, and we might have had a timeout taken. No penalty flag, a whistle and a timeout taken by David Elson. His defense was not prepared as Tebow hurried him up to the line of scrimmage to try and catch him off guard. Florida showing its dominance early, leading 14-0.
One little symbol, but it means so much. It's the combined talents of 2 world-class academic medical centers, the combined passions of 20,000 people linked with a single goal: to bring you the answers that no one else has, the advanced technology no one else offers, to save the lives no one else can. And it all starts with the power of this. UF and Shands, the science of hope.
It's the Chevy Model Year-End event, and now we're making it easy for you to choose your new Chevy. Just click and go to Chevy.com and find great offers on 07 cars, trucks, and SUVs. But you've got to decide. Then get to your dealer before yours is gone at the Chevy Model Year-End event. Qualified buyers get a 2007 Trailblazer and choose between 0% APR financing for 60 months or $4,000 cash back. Click on Chevy.com, then see your Southern Chevy dealer.
You gotta eat. What are you doing? You gotta eat.
Checkers Big Buford is no ordinary burger. Massive, mouth-watering double beef and double cheese. Go and grab 2 for $3. Perfect with our one-of-a-kind seasoned fries. Only at Checkers, where Big Buford rules, day or late.
Now, there's an internet site that was made for Gator fans. FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com. Get exclusive recruiting updates, interviews, and insider reports on breaking Gator news. With daily bulletins, email alerts, and message boards. For the best Gator coverage on the net, go to FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com.
This week on the best damn sports show, period. Baltimore Ravens All-Pro Ray Lewis. How will the Ravens knock off the Colts in the AFC? Team USA's Dwight Howard. Can this team of superstars bring home the gold for America? Plus the bus. Steelers great Jerome Bettis. Did he really fake an injury while playing for the Steelers? And Jerome's former coach and Super Bowl winner, Bill Cowher. This week at 11.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College kickoff, Friday at 7, only on Sun Sports.
Trailing 7-0 in the season opener against Southern Mississippi. Chris Leak found Dallas Baker in the end zone. It was the last play of the first quarter. It knotted the game at 7. The touchdown sparked a Gator rally. They went on to score 34 unanswered and rolled to a 34-7 victory. Game 1 and a season to remember. Ending in a national championship in Glendale, Arizona on January the 8th of 2007. The 06 national title belongs to the Florida Gators, as well as the 1996 national championship. And Urban Meyer trying to get his team focused on 2007 right now, because what they did last year does not mean a whole lot, except you got a lot of folks that are going to be giving you their best shot week after week because you are the defending national champions. And Florida had to reload on defense, a defensive unit that was so dominant last year. And a good offense from a year ago. Chris Leak, the all-time passing leader in Florida football history. But this offense really has a chance to be something special with all of the speed on the perimeter. Tebow firing it, connecting, touchdown, Harvin. Boy, has Tebow thrown anything but a perfect pass so far today. He was right on the money that time.
It was just an outstanding throw up and over the linebacker in a zone defense, fitting this ball into Percy Harvin. Nice block by Keyston Moore as he picks up the defensive end as he comes free, giving Tim Tebow a little bit more time to throw the football.
Joey Ehas is still perfect in the extra points department. And the Gators take a 21-0 lead. Tebow very sharp. 5 out of 5 is throwing the football with a pair of touchdowns. And Percy Harvin with his first score of the 2007 season. College football on Sun Sports is brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealers and the Lots on the Lot event. And by Sonny's Barbecue. Nothing beats the slow smoke taste of Sonny's. Serving up feel-good barbecue since 1968. Sellout crowd, Ben Hill Griffith Stadium, and they're enjoying an early 21-0 lead in the second quarter as Tim Tebow now has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Watch him thread the needle to Percy Harvin.
And it's that same little move, and then Percy Harvin has the ability to make guys miss, as Marion Rumpf had a shot at him, couldn't keep him out of the end zone. You know, David, when you look at this Hilltopper defense, they return 8 starters, and the Gators have just sort of carved them up here in the first half. They've had the ball for 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and basically have only had 13 plays.
Well, you don't want to miss a minute of the action as Urban Meyer's Florida Gators go up against Troy next week. Game available live only on pay-per-view. To order, call your local cable or satellite provider. That's the Gators and the Trojans. Live only on pay-per-view. 3 plays and an impressive touchdown drive by Florida. Percy Harvin on the receiving end from Tim Tebow. And Harvin last year had 2 touchdown catches. He really came on for the Gators in that national championship game with 9 catches against Ohio State. But, well, you knew he was something special in week number 1. Unfortunately, suffered a sprained ankle against Tennessee in September. And it took him pretty much the rest of the year to get his speed back, his explosiveness. But even not at 100%, he was clearly a very special talent now.
Extremely special, and I'll tell you why. You can coach technique, but it's very hard to coach speed.
No. And the Gators have a lot of that this year. This time Etheridge watches the ball sail out of bounds, and Western Kentucky will put it in play at the 20-yard line. Well, hey, Gator fans, stop by any SunTrust branch. Learn how to get $100 for your favorite charity or a $50 gift card to keep for your own cause. Pretty good deal. Give it away or you can keep it. Your choice.
Ball actually comes out to the 35-yard line.
I guess it was out of bounds.
Yeah.
Coffin corner kick again.
Kick it out of bounds.
Referee Mark Curls with the call, and here come the Hilltoppers with a little bit of operating room this time. Now, Western Kentucky opened the season last year against Georgia. They were the defending SEC champs. The year before they opened, or they didn't open, but they played Auburn early in the year. They were the defending SEC champs. And now for the 3rd straight year, they play the defending Southeastern Conference champions in the Florida Gators. KJ Black still quarterbacking. And Jamar Jones, a senior from Arcadia, Florida, DeSoto County High School, makes the catch. A tackle made by Dorian Monroe. KJ Black is still the quarterback for Western Kentucky. We don't know if David Wolke was injured on the first series or not, because we have not seen the transfer from Notre Dame back in the game.
And, you know, that first series, they moved the ball for 62 yards before they turned it over. And, you know, they've struggled here of late the last 2 series.
Redshirt freshman Black dancing around, and that's usually trouble against a fast defense, which is what Florida is. And Black is brought down by A.J. Jones. And big number 99, Latrell Wofford.
This is just a little sprint out. He sees he can't get outside, decides to come back, but nice job by big number 98, Clint McMillan, of being there and not allowing him to break containment.
Third down for the Hilltoppers from the 40-yard line. They set up the screen, and Dustin Doe blows it to smithereens. Wow. He's had a couple of big hits already today. Sophomore linebacker out of Jasper.
Now you see why it's so important that your receivers learn to block, David, because he's supposed to be blocked here. And somebody forget that you know, maybe he should block the linebacker instead of that little cornerback. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is just receiver becoming a sacrificial lamb. And I'm pretty sure Curtis Hamilton would be talking to somebody about that in the future.
Low line drive kick. The return set up for Faison. And the former high school quarterback carries it out to the 37-yard line. 32-yard punt. Faison got half of those back on a 16-yard return.
And David, Faison is only going to get better. You know, this is his first action as a punt returner back there. You know, at times he's dancing a little bit. He'll learn. You make one move and you try and split the defense. I guarantee you, before the year's over with, he's going to take something back to the house, similar to what Brandon James did for us last year.
Well, let's get an update from Steve.
21, Major Wright was in their last series at free safety. The All-Stater from St. Thomas Aquinas really pushing Kyle Jackson for playing time. Keep an eye on number 21. He's a future star in the making.
Another true freshman, 25 true freshmen on this Florida football team. One of the largest freshman classes in Division I football. I think only Connecticut. Tennessee has a bunch of them too. That's Faison on the carry. There's number 21, Major Wright. He was the first freshman to get that stripe off his practice helmet this year with a big blow he delivered early in camp. And caught everybody's attention very quickly.
Didn't catch Chris Rainey by surprise when he got hit, because he had been staring at him every year in the state championship game.
And off to Keyston Moore, and the junior picking up a Florida first down. They'll be sure to visit the new Gator Fan Fest area outside Gate 2 of the O'Connell Center, starting 4 hours prior to every home football game. You can enjoy games, interactive booths, get some autographs, and hear the network pregame show live. Boy, Florida football always greatly anticipated, but this year coming off a national championship team, and with the lifelong Gator Tim Tebow operating at quarterback, fans couldn't wait to get this season started, and here's one reason why. Cornelius Ingram on the receiving end. That ball came out and recovered by Caldwell. There is a flag down in the backfield. We'll see if this play stands or if it will be brought back. But another well-thrown football by Tim Tebow.
Looked like this was coming back, David.
Well, it will be the first penalty. Having a little problem with our official's microphone. Referee Mark Curls with the holding call against the Gators.
I think they're going to make this call on Carlton Metter, number 73. There you see him out there at the right tackle. Nice job of faking the bubble screen and then getting the ball down to Cornelius Ingram. Ball comes out just as he's going down, but Gators were able to recover it, forcing the West Kentucky football team to take the penalty.
Would have been a big play, almost 30 yards. Instead, it's first down and long for the Gators, back at their 39. Good protection for Tebow. And he delivers it to Lewis Murphy. And Murphy with the catch in a short gain to the 41-yard line. A good open field tackle by Ben Souders, a junior from Bowling Green.
But a good heads-up play by Lewis Murphy as he's running a shallow drag route, knowing that he's going to get hit, catching the football, tucking it away, taking the big blow.
Well, you know, he and Tebow connected against LSU, a critical touchdown strike, 35-yard connection last year. He only caught 2 passes last year, but he is a much improved junior out of St. Petersburg. Lewis Murphy, number 9.
Yeah, David, he put on a show doing the orange and blue game this past spring, and just goes to show you his ability.
Here's Tebow dancing to the outside and out of bounds at the 43-yard line, and a flag is thrown late on Western Kentucky as Tebow gets tangled up on the Hilltopper sideline and gets up a little bit slowly as well. The crowd booing the Hilltoppers for that late hit. Well, here is one tough customer, Tim Tebow. What about some of the big plays, the big conversions he picked up for the Gators in short yardage situations last year. He is not afraid to stick his nose in there.
Well, and that's part of the problem for some of these little small DBs as we get the call.
Personal foul. You saw the indication.
Here's another look at it, but you start to wonder when are they going to stop trying to go at his feet, but they're so scared of him being that big, strong, bruising runner that they don't take him on up high, and he's got those nifty feet where he just is able to make people miss. But there you saw there's no reason to push him into the sideline there, so that was just another dumb play.
Another bad play, but he ended up delivering a shot to some unfortunate soul over there on the Hilltopper bench who was just minding his own business. Tebow still delivered the blow.
Yeah,
he'd been pushed.
He's going to hit somebody one way or another.
Sometime. Well, here's Moore making people miss. Well, the Gators have been looking for a back that could make people miss, break a tackle. Urban Meyer searching for that featured tailback now into his third season. And he feels like Keyston Moore is very close to becoming that guy.
Well, Keyston starts to realize that, you know what, I need to make something happen because otherwise I'm not going to see the football. Just runs over the free safety and then drags defenders, picking up additional yardage. That's how you get the coach to call your number a little bit more often.
Well, you got a lot of playmakers on this offense. And it goes from week to week. Florida in the red zone for the third time today. You're going to have to catch the coach's attention in practice. There's a deflection, and the pass is incomplete. That's a deflection, so that push into the back of Lewis Murphy is allowed. After the ball is deflected, it's a free-for-all. You can do whatever you want defensively, and a good defensive play that time by Travis Waters, the cornerback.
David, you're right on it. Anytime the ball is tipped, then all of a sudden all bets are off as far as pass interference go because the timing of the play is off. Well, and Souter just never saw the football. He was just playing the receiver.
Yeah, that was Souders, the linebacker, instead of Waters, the cornerback. 2nd and 10. So you're both feeling a little heat. And the Colonels inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The crowd oohing and eyeing as Tim goes airborne. Andre Lewis makes the tackle for Western Kentucky.
Everybody's covered downfield, and this is what Tim Tebow gives you as a run-pass threat, the ability to take the ball and do something with his feet, and then he just never does it the easy way. He's got to take on a tackler one way or another and punish somebody.
Well, coaches have been trying to get him to learn how to slide feet first, but he said even when he played baseball as a youngster, he was a Pete Rose head first kind of guy, sliding into bases. So he is a football player.
Got a little gas there. Now he's starting to feel the game a little bit. You know, a little blood here, there. You know, he's got that linebacker mentality, David.
He played a little nose guard in the state championship game a couple of years ago for Nice High School, so he has the respect of his teammates for his hard-nosed, hard-working ethic and his character. When he walked on campus as a freshman, he became a leader of the football team, just a workout freak. And now the starting quarterback for the Florida Gators. He's led the Gators to a 21-0 lead in the second quarter on opening day.
Why do we call them steak burgers? Because we can.
When people ask me for a recommendation, I suggest a chocolate hand-dipped milkshake. And when people ask me for a recommendation, I suggest a vanilla hand-dipped milkshake. The side-by-side milkshake. Any two of your favorite milkshakes together in one glass.
Steak and Shake, where you can get side-by-side milkshakes.
If your address is an odd number, water on Wednesday and Saturday. Even Thursday and Sunday. For more water conservation tips, visit ouc.com.
And we can build this thing together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us.
There's an internet site that was made for Gator fans. FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com. Get exclusive recruiting updates, interviews, and insider reports on breaking Gator news. With daily bulletins, email alerts, and message boards. For the best Gator coverage on the net, go to FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com.
This week on the best damn sports show, period. Baltimore Ravens All-Pro Ray Lewis. How will the Ravens knock off the Colts in the AFC? Team USA's Dwight Howard. Can this team of superstars bring home the gold for America? Plus the bust. Steelers great Jerome Bettis. Did he really fake an injury while playing for the Steelers? And Jerome's former coach and Super Bowl winner, Bill Cowher. This week at 11.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Immediately following the Florida-Troy game, catch extended live post-game analysis, player interviews, and Urban Meyer's press conference during the Geico Gator post-game. Saturday at 9:30, only on Sun Sports. No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College Kickoff, Friday at 7, only on Sun Sports.
College football on Sun Sports is brought to you in part by Bluebell. Bluebell is celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. Pick up their newest flavor, Century Sundae. And by OUC. For tips on saving water this summer, visit www.ouc.com. Back in the swamp. And Florida was ready to line up. And then Western Kentucky called for a timeout. So the Hilltoppers didn't like something they saw beginning to develop as Florida came up to the line of scrimmage. And David Elson takes a timeout. We've wondered about the starting quarterback for Western Kentucky, David Wolke. He played well on their first possession. We have not seen him since. Steve, what have you got?
Well, going to their sideline, the word is that on that first series, he took a slight hit to the helmet, got dinged up, and they just weren't comfortable with putting him back out there. So you've seen the backup. He looked pretty good that first series, threw a very nice ball, and we maybe thought that they were just trying to change it up and play two quarterbacks, but about the third time, he didn't come out. Obviously, there was a situation over there, so probably won't see David Wolke back in the game as they are getting ready for a lot more games down the road.
David Wolke actually came out, was 3 of 4 for 43 yards and moved him down 62 yards before on fourth and short. They tried to go for it and weren't able to convert, but overall David did a pretty good job. Since then they've had the ball 3 times and basically have been held to 20 yards, 7 yards, and 6 yards. So not much offense once David went out.
No. Interesting that Wolke has been pulled, so nothing serious obviously as far as injuries concerned, but Wolke has not been back in the game. You can see he throws a nice football, and the Gators coming out a little tentative, I think, on their first defensive series with so many new players playing a soft zone. Wolke took advantage of that, but give him credit. In this environment, he played well.
Yeah, played extremely well, but you know, as you expect the Gator defense to do, they adjusted, and since then, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. They're putting heat on the quarterback and stuffing the run.
Florida was penalized for a delay of game, and the ball is spotted at the 13-yard line, where it will be third down for Florida. Well, you know, it's 21-0 in the second quarter, halfway through the period, when the wave breaks out at the swamp. The sellout crowd enjoying themselves here in the heat on the first day of September.
They're really fanning themselves, Dave. That's what that is, you know.
Not a bad idea.
Move a little air around the swamp.
I'm surprised they didn't put air conditioning in this booth in the offseason, Nat. Here's Murphy. And Lewis Murphy with another catch. This one goes for about 10 yards. Murphy's second reception. And it'll put the Gators in first and goal position at about the 4-yard line.
And this time Lewis Murphy finds the hole, sets it down, catches the football. Now watch him get upfield, picks up a couple additional yards. No, he's going to get hit, tucks the ball away. First down, Gators.
Here's that power formation. Eric Rutledge is in the backfield along with a handoff to Moore. Keyston Moore hammering it in for the touchdown. Florida scoring its 4th touchdown of the ball game and the first of the year for Keyston Moore. He scored 3 touchdowns last year as a sophomore, and the junior from Arlington, Texas, with his first 6 points of the season.
And David, that was entirely too easy. But you know, you've got to look at this offensive line. This young offensive line is the strength of this football team, along with the receivers, and they just blew the Hilltoppers back off the football. Easy touchdown run for Keyston Moore.
And Joey Ehas, a perfect 4 out of 4 in the extra point department. Tebow has thrown a couple of touchdown passes. This time Keyston Moore runs one in.
Go Gators. Go Gators. Go Gators. Go Gators.
Go start a Fortune 500 company.
Go write the great American novel.
Go cure cancer.
Go to Mars.
Go Gators.
Visit GoGatorNation.com to continue the story. The University of Florida, the foundation for the Gator Nation.
Save hundreds, even thousands off displays, overstocks, closeouts, and more during the Scratch and Dent sale at Rec Warehouse. Save up to $5,000 off the spa of your dreams. Hundreds to choose from and priced from just $700. Enjoy huge savings on brand name patio furniture, wicker, aluminum, teak, wrought iron, and more, starting at only $200. Save up to 75% off of everything in our billiard and game room department. Regulation pool tables as low as $250. The store-wide Scratch and Dent sale only at Rec Warehouse.
At Publix, our premium certified beef is not only USDA choice, but also goes through our own rigorous selection process that ensures our steaks are of the highest quality. Consistently juicy, tender, and having the perfect balance of leanness and flavor. The kind of steak you'd expect to enjoy at the best steakhouse in town, which tonight could be your house. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
If you want to make your hard-earned dollar go a whole lot farther, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has the low prices guaranteed to save you money. Get ready to get the best price possible on all the parts and accessories you need with our ready-to-go low price guarantee. Nobody can beat our prices on just about anything for your car. So when you want to get more for your money while getting more out of your car, get to Advance Auto Parts for our everyday ready-to-go low price guarantee.
Ready in advance.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
To others, they're just words. But to a Gator, they represent a lifelong bond, passion, a call to do something great. The University of Florida, the foundation for the Gator Nation.
And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Get your in-depth coverage of college football in Florida every week on the Chevy Tailgate Weekend. Start your weekend with previews of the upcoming games on Friday night's Rec Warehouse College Kickoff. Immediately following the games on Saturday, we bring you extended live post-game analysis and press conferences on the Geico Seminole and Gator postgame. And finally, tune in Monday nights for energetic debate and Monday evening quarterbacking on Tailgate Overtime presented by AT&T. The Chevy Tailgate Weekend only on Sun Sports. Well,
we're back here in Gainesville. The Gators now up 28-0 on opening day against the Hilltoppers from Western Kentucky. Keyston Moore with the touchdown run from 3 yards out. And the starting tailback for the Florida Gators, putting it into the end zone for the first time this year. His 4th career touchdown run for Florida. High short kick. And Hilltoppers looking around at each other. It's fielded by an up back. And Western Kentucky is going to get good field position. Urban Meyer won't like the end result here. 23-yard return after a short kickoff. Let's get another look at the touchdown. Jamal Tebow lines up in that power formation along with Eric Rutledge and Keyston Moore.
Now watch these guys right here. This is the end zone. If you're a running back, you want to carry the football, and all of your blockers are already in the end zone. That's called movement, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm talking where you block the defenders 4 or 5 yards down the field. All you've got to do is just tuck in behind them. There's a good picture of the they like to call them the uglies, but when you're running back, you call them the beautiful pretties.
The pretties, yeah. A.J. Black keeps and takes a pounding there on the corner at the 44. A 6-yard pickup. Major Wright, that freshman free safety out of Miramar. St. Thomas Aquinas High School, and on the stop. Florida with that #1 ranked recruiting class, and we're getting a good look at a number of those youngsters here today in the opener against Western Kentucky. Good pickup on first down by freshman quarterback Black. Fullback in motion. And the handoff to Tyrell Hayden, who picks up a first down crossing midfield. Florida's defense starting slowly today, but really coming on after that first possession. A nice play by Hayden, the freshman quarterback. Dustin Doe with a couple of big hits for the Gators. Brandon Spikes, the new middle linebacker, the sophomore, playing very well. And again, Dustin Doe delivering the blow. Western Kentucky crossing midfield for the first time since early in the first quarter. That short kick and a nice return set them up at the 40-yard line on this series. And on the handoff, Brandon Spikes is once again there to make the stop. He had 15 tackles a year ago. The sophomore out of Shelby, North Carolina. Played some linebacker in the national championship game and the SEC title game against Arkansas.
Yeah, he got some playing time last year, and that's invaluable. You know, you lose your 3 starting linebackers, all seniors last year, or 2 seniors and a junior, but Dustin Doe, Spikes, as well as Randon Stamper got some playing time last year. So those guys, you expect to see them play big because of experience.
Not a lot of experience, but they did play in backup roles a year ago. This is Hayden, the ball carrier, once more, and Jermaine Cunningham. We've called his name several times already. Makes another stop on Tyrell Hayden. Hayden carried the ball last year against Georgia up between the hedges, 45 yards on 10 carries. So Western Kentucky playing 6 1A schools this year.
Hayden averaged nearly 5 yards a run last year with a couple touchdowns, and McLeod, the backup tailback, averaged 5.8.
Third down play. Derek Harvey. He had 11 quarterback sacks last year as a sophomore and gets to the freshman here in the second quarter.
Wow, he's been close several times, but this time he's going up against Zach Tooney, and he just speed rushes him. Tooney hasn't even gotten out of his stance, and Derek Harvey's by him already.
If it'll make the Hilltopper offensive line feel any better, the Ohio State Buckeyes gave up 3 quarterback sacks to Mr. Harvey in the national championship game last January in Glendale. He's pretty good.
So you're saying he's not just trying to take advantage of them?
No.
Oh, okay.
He'll take his shots whenever he gets them. Mason wisely lets that punt hit, and it rolls into the end zone for the touchback. Don't miss your chance to win the game room of your dreams. Watch Rec Warehouse College Kickoff every Friday on Sun Sports, and we'll announce a special Rec Warehouse Ultimate Game Room promotion code for that week. Log on to sunsportstv.com, click on the banner to enter for a chance to win a weekly prize and ultimately that Rec Warehouse Ultimate Game Room. Click on sunsportstv.com for more information. Well, Tim Tebow has taken every snap in this first half for the Florida Gators. No sign of true freshman Cameron Newton, but Florida rolling out to a big lead. And I would think Tebow would not play much in the second half, and we'll see plenty of the true freshman then.
Yeah, he's 6 for 7 throwing the football for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns, and have carried the ball 4 times for 40 yards. So he's had a big ball game already.
And connecting with Lewis Murphy for Murphy's 3rd reception of the game. Tebow now 7 of 8 throwing the football. Or make that 8 out of 9 now with that completion as time ticking down here in the second period, and Florida leading by 4 touchdowns. Flares it out to Harvin. Look out. Percy with a full head of steam is uncatchable, but they do bring him down at midfield as Rumpf, who has led this Hilltopper defense in tackles for 2 consecutive seasons. Not always a great thing when your free safety is your leading tackler.
Without a doubt. But, you know, the thing you hear coaches always talk about, they look for a guy that they want to get the ball in his hands that goes north and south. Now watch him catch this football and just accelerate. There's no dancing. There's no trying to fake anybody out. He just turns on the afterburners and comes very close to splitting it and going the distance.
Tebow's pass is batted away and incomplete. A nice play there by Richard Etheridge. One of 12 Floridians who suit up today in the swamp. And a 3rd-year sophomore out of St. Petersburg's Catholic High School.
And that play, David, just took too long. And then the thing that Cooper did wrong is he's got to keep moving back to the football. Once you develop a cushion, you got to keep coming to the quarterback and not allow the corner to shut down that cushion.
There's a flag, and that play busted by Etheridge. And the ball is loose. Is it a fumble or was it a forward pass? Western Kentucky says they've got the football. It's the officials rule it Gator ball.
Well, David, that is a fumble because you're pitching the ball back, and that time not getting a block by the receiver nearly cost a major turnover for the Gators, or the Gators' first turnover of the day.
Western Kentucky folks pointing toward their end of the field, but the officials so far have ruled only that it's Florida's ball. There was a flag thrown early on the snap.
And I think it was called on the Western Kentucky sidelines.
There may have been 2 flags thrown on the play, one early, one later. We've had some microphone problems. Let's see if we can pick it up this time.
For the offense, the penalties decline. Third, have a sideline warning for Western Kentucky. This is their warning.
So we picked up about every other word from Mark Curls. I'm not much of a lip reader, Nat, but it was an illegal shift on the Gators and a sideline warning against Western Kentucky. So the end result is apparently a 5-yard penalty against the Gators. Well, the ball will be spotted back at the 46-yard line. Not a pretty play, and there haven't been many ugly plays for the Gators so far today.
They're very, very fortunate. You know, you got to get that block outside if you're the wide receiver. And you once again, you circle the defense. You got your running back outside or your slot receiver outside.
Another whistle, and the play is stopped.
Number offense.
Another illegal shift. And 5 more yards assessed against Florida.
Was it a legal shift or a delay of game?
Delay of game. 5-yard penalty spots it back to the 41. And it is 3rd down and 20. And the left tackle jumped this time, Jason Watkins. So things have gotten pretty sloppy all of a sudden for Florida's offense, which has been very efficient through the first quarter and a half.
Number 77.
Florida shifting its offensive line with an injury to Phil Troutwine. That was Jason Watkins, 77. He's been playing right tackle all during the preseason, moved to the left side this week. And Carlton Metter moved from right guard to right tackle, where he played all year last year. And then that freshman Marquise Pouncey moved into the starting lineup at guard.
There you see the penalty yards that are starting to accumulate, but that's one of the big things that you look for as an offensive line coach, is guys that are adaptable, that you can move around, so that you're guaranteed to get your best guys on the football field.
Florida kind of waving a white flag on this possession as just handing it off to Jared Faison. And a 6-yard pickup for the sophomore, Robert Dark. A junior college transfer made the tackle for the Hilltoppers, and Florida will punt the ball for the first time today. And that gets Chaz Henry on the field for the first time. The true freshman from Dallas, Texas, making his first appearance. He's got a big leg. Almost had this one blocked. In fact, someone might have gotten a hand on it. And it is going to be down at the 37-yard line. Henry out of Dallas, Georgia. I think I said Texas, but he's a Georgian. And almost ate that one. A 20-yard punt. I believe someone got a hand on it.
Well, it looked like that was number 20, Clay Stevens, coming from the outside, or should I say right up the middle, with the different style of punt protection the Gators run. Sometimes it creates gaps. That time he came right up the middle.
Get another look.
There's another look at it. And the one thing that Henry did was just caught it and kicked it away. It wasn't blocked, but he got rid of the football, which is what you want him to do under pressure.
That replay didn't appear that it was blocked. When Terrence Cooper, a freshman out of St. Augustine, with the catch, Major Wright, the freshman free safety on the tackle, a 15-yard pickup for Cooper. Cooper with 3 catches now in this game for Western Kentucky.
And basically, Dave, what they're trying to do is the same thing the Gators are doing in their spread offense, is just get the ball out quickly to the receiver and let him catch it and see what he can do with it, see if he can find a hole.
Black throwing and overthrows Cooper, his intended receiver, with Wandy Pierre-Louis in coverage. Wandy Pierre-Louis getting the starting call, the sophomore from Naples. Marquis Anderson with an injured knee in practice on Monday. A sophomore with some experience from a year ago. That forced Pierre-Louis into the starting lineup along with Joe Hayden on the other corner. Only 2 starters returning for this Florida defense from a year ago. Swing pass to Hamilton. Hamilton fumbles. And the ball is out of bounds. It's still Hilltopper football. That was Carlos Dunlap over there knocking that ball loose. Number 8, a freshman out of North Charleston, South Carolina.
6'6", 240-pound defensive end, getting out there, making the tackle down the field, knocking it loose, stopping them short of the first down.
We got Dunlap. We'll see the speed of Carlos Dunlap here, one of the highly touted freshmen. Look at him get to the football and knock it loose. Dunlap, Lemons, Trato, Jay Howard, a freshman from Apopka, all freshmen, all very talented defensive linemen. 3rd down and less than a yard. Black steps up and it's drilled by Spikes. It does not appear that he's going to pick up the first down. Spikes really came out of nowhere there.
I actually think he loses yardage on this. Looks like he wanted to throw the football and nothing was there. Cunningham forces him up into the middle of the field, and Brandon Spikes puts the hammer down on him.
Only 23 seconds left in the first half, and the Hilltoppers will go for it on 4th down and a yard. Quarterback draw. And he breaks a tackle from Doe and picks up the first down. Just Black to the 28-yard line of the Gators. Remember, on Western Kentucky's first possession, they had the ball at the 9-yard line of the Gators and went for it on 4th and short. Florida stopped them and missed their deepest penetration since that time.
And David, it's amazing how things snowball on you. Offensively, you're moving the football, and all of a sudden you have the senseless penalties. And now defensively, you're having a tough time stopping them after turning the ball, after having to kick the ball away.
Nice throw by Black. Sophomore Jake Gabler on the receiving end. And the Hilltoppers trying to hurry it up. They've got 1 second left. They've got their field goal team on the field. Chris James will attempt one from the 16, a 26-yard attempt, and it is good. So the Hilltoppers put points on the board late in the second quarter. Chris James now 38 field goals in 47 attempts. He is very, very accurate and had to get out there in a hurry and drill that one through from 26 yards out.
Yeah, nice job by their special teams unit, not being able to call timeout, getting everybody on the field, getting them set, and then executing the play. So if you're the Hilltoppers, you got to be very happy with that.
Let's go to Steve.
Coach, obviously a great start for Tim Tebow. Really managed the offense well early in that game, in this first half.
Yeah, he did all right. I mean, he threw the ball well, and we hit a couple deep passes. You know, you just always think of the good things in the first game. We have some. You got to find that 25-second clock as a quarterback and not put us in those bad situations.
What else did you like about your offense in that first half?
Yeah, we're all right. I mean, we have a long way to go. I like to play the ball. You know, I like the way Keeson's. I get him the ball a little bit more as well.
Defensively, what did you see out there in that first half?
Awful first drive, and then after that they settled down and played, and you know, a lot of names out there, the new faces. And
what's going to be the theme and the message you want to get at halftime for the second half?
Well, I hopefully develop a program around here as a free-for-all to get playing time. You know, we're not there yet, but you know, we're not going to. There's no rah-rah speeches, and you either play hard or you don't. If you don't, then someone else goes in.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go back upstairs.
Urban Meyer, a young football team, very talented, a lot of competition for playing time on both sides of the ball. And Florida flexing its muscles early. The defending national champions dominating in the first half of this game, just pushing the newly 1A Hilltoppers all around the swamp as Tim Tebow throws for 2 touchdown passes, and the Gators running in for 2 more. Tebow with one of them, Keaston Moore with a touchdown run, and the Gators lead the Hilltoppers on opening day. 28-3 is our halftime score. College football on Sun Sports is brought to you in part by SunTrust. Stop by any SunTrust branch and learn how to get $100 for your favorite charity or a $50 gift card to keep for your own cause. And by Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, halftime. Opening game of the season, the third-ranked Gators lead the Hilltoppers from Bowling Green, Kentucky, 28-3. David Steele, Nat Moore, back with you. Nat, we expected the Gators to be the dominant team here today. That has certainly been the case in the first half. Any surprises at all?
No, not really, because when you think about it, you expect them to come out and dominate. The first 4 times they had the football, they went down and scored pretty easily. They self-destructed on that 5th possession, but other than that, offensively, they did what they were supposed to do. Defensively, they adjusted after that first drive where the Hilltoppers were able to move the ball down the field and corrected things. You know, that's as we expected.
Well, this is a physical defensive team, very fast defensive team. Let's take a look at some highlights. Dustin Doe had a couple of big hits in the first half at linebacker.
And none of them as big as this one here where he makes the tackle on 4th down as they go for it, and that stopped that 62-yard drive. And then Tim Tebow got off to a great start. Nobody's open, scrambles with the football, picks up 18 yards, moves down, leads his team to their first score as he's able to sneak it in. The Gators go up 7-zip. And then in the second possession, he hits Riley Cooper going down the middle of the field for a touchdown. His first touchdown pass of the year. And just not to be outdone, to show you that he can throw the short pass, that he fits it in. He gets this to Percy Harvin. His second touchdown pass of the afternoon. And then what a great job by the offensive line as they just blew out that Hilltopper defensive line. Keaston Moore goes in, The Gators are up 28-0. And then outstanding defense. Brandon Seiler, linebacker, middle linebacker, makes the play on 3rd down, forcing the Hilltoppers to go for it on 4th down. And as we look at our keys of today, outstanding job by the Gator defense, because offensively they wanted to establish a run. Well, Wildcats only have 41 yards rushing. Defensively, no takeaways. Gators have 5 plays of 20 yards or more. Offensively, Gators wanted a clean ball game. 5 penalties hurt you, but they did not turn the football over. And defensively, they controlled the line of scrimmage. 41 yards rushing, 2 sacks. Outstanding job by the Gator young defensive football team.
Well, you're right, Nat, and on the offensive end, pretty smooth operating offense until that final possession of the second quarter. Keys to the game brought to you by Chevrolet. Visit Chevy.com to find out why Chevy's Silverado is the 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Jared?
Tim Tebow showing the ability to throw the long ball in the first half. A couple of beautifully thrown passes by the sophomore quarterback. You look at our first half stats, dominated by Florida. Already 300 yards in total yardage for the Gators, and Tebow 9 of 11, almost 200 yards passing, and 35 yards on the ground for Tim Tebow.
David and Nat, we get set here for the second half. The thing about the new kickoff rule, I know you guys touched upon that about the 30-yard line. It was interesting to hear Urban Meyer's thoughts about it, because first of all, he said he wondered if they really thought the rule through, because with that 5 yards, you are asking 11 guys on both sides of the ball to really put themselves at a higher risk, because when you think about kickoff coverage, you've got 10 guys flying down there, a lot of high-speed collisions, and obviously there'll be a lot more returns because a lot of kickers will not be able to get the ball to the goal line or beyond. Now, we've got the speed here in Florida. There are 5 guys on kickoff coverage that run 4.3 or lower. But Urban Meyer said you just got to keep in mind the safety factor, and perhaps that's a rule that if they would have thought about it a little bit more, they might think about that twice because of that reason. We'll see as the year plays out how that goes.
Well, Steve, you might be right, but you know, I noticed one thing in that comment there. You say there's 10 guys going down there full force. Are you saying that the kicker is not included in that cover team?
That's exactly what I am saying. No insult to Joey Ehas. That's the way it is, life of a kicker.
And the Hilltoppers are kicking it off to start the third quarter. This one through the end zone. And the touchback will bring the ball out to the 20. Florida leads 28-3, the season opener. The defending national champion Florida Gators, but this not the same team that won the national title a year ago. Opened against Southern Mississippi. The only setback last year was up at Auburn on a heartbreaking setback against a very talented Auburn Tiger football team. Defeating Arkansas in the SEC championship game, and then Ohio State in the national title game. But only 2 starters returning on the defensive end. Offensively, this Florida team returning a lot of talented players, and we saw some of that talent in the first half. Tim Tebow making his starting debut for Florida. Very impressive in the first half of the game. Keyston Moore, the ball carrier, and Moore picking up about 8 yards. Blake Boyd, number 6, the sophomore linebacker from Madisonville, Kentucky, makes the tackle for Western Kentucky.
Nice job by Keyston Moore of stretching this play. Watch him. He's going left. Now he sees a gap. He hits it, lowers his shoulder, gets his pads low, and picks up 8 yards. Good recognition by Keyston as to when to cut it up and go north and south.
6th carry of the game for Keyston Moore. Number 7 has Moore bolting up the middle, picking up the first down at the 40-yard line. A 12-yard carry for Moore.
Outstanding job by the center, number 67, Drew Miller, a senior out of Sarasota Riverview, that was asked to move from the guard position to the center position this year, and he's done so and really taken this team and become the leader as far as making all the calls. He's the quarterback of the offensive line and look like they're in great sync here today, David.
Now Florida with one of the strongest offensive lines in school history. Coming in, there's Moore, but he runs into resistance at the line of scrimmage. And a solid hit. Alonzo Higgins, the junior from Greenwood, South Carolina, makes the tackle. There's Steve Adazio, the offensive line coach. for the Florida Gators, and has to be pleased with his team's production in the first half with the one true freshman in there. There he is, number 56, Marquise Pouncey out of Lakeland. His twin brother, Michael, also a very talented offensive lineman for the Gators, on the 2-deep chart behind Drew Miller.
And Michael Pouncey is the backup center to Drew Miller.
Metter and Watkins the tackles. And Moore ran into number 73, Carlton Metter, who was pushed back off that right tackle position.
Well, yeah, you can say that Carlton Metter didn't get his block, but this is just Keyston Moore, I think, may be a little winded because he just runs right into his blocker. I mean, you got to open your eyes. You don't run into your blocker. You know, he's working his fanny off to try and seal the guy off outside, and you just can't run up his back the way Keyston did that time.
More flanks wide to the left. It's 3rd down and 9. Throwing situation, Tebow. Plenty of time. Now unloads it for a wide open Moore, and he threw it too high and incomplete. So for the second time today, Florida will have to punt the football. Chaz Henry almost had his first punt in the first half blocked and got off only a 20-yard effort.
Good blocking by the offensive line. That time Tim Tebow had all day to throw the football. He had Moore open early but didn't see him, and then once he did locate him, he just overshot him as he tried to get a little too much velocity on the football.
Standing deep, Jake Gabler for Western Kentucky. Henry, a high school quarterback for 3 years at East Paulding High in Dallas, Georgia. And the starting punter for 4 years. He unloads this one. And a fair catch is made by Gabler. So some big shoes for Henry to fill. Eric Wilbur, an outstanding punter for the Gators for the last 4 years. And Henry unloads on that one, a 42-yard punt and no return.
You gotta eat. What are you doing? You gotta eat.
Checkers Big Buford is no ordinary burger. Massive, mouth-watering double beef and double cheese. Don't grab 2 for $3. Perfect with our one-of-a-kind seasoned fries. Only at Checkers, where Big Buford rules, day or late.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Get your in-depth coverage of college football in Florida every week on the Chevy Tailgate Weekend. Start your weekend with previews of the upcoming games on Friday night's Rec Warehouse College Kickoff. Immediately following the games on Saturday, we bring you extended live postgame analysis and press conferences on the Geico Seminole and Gator postgame. And finally, tune in Monday nights for energetic debate and Monday evening quarterbacking on Tailgate Overtime presented by AT&T. The Chevy Tailgate Weekend only on Sun Sports. No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Immediately following the Florida-Troy game, catch extended live postgame analysis, player interviews, and Urban Meyer's press conference during the Geico Gator postgame. Saturday at 9:30, only on Sun Sports.
Now, there's an internet site that was made for Gator fans. FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com. Get exclusive recruiting updates, interviews, and insider reports on breaking Gator news. With daily bulletins, email alerts, and message boards. For the best Gator coverage on the net, go to FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com.
Step into the cage for Rays baseball on FSN Florida. Carl Crawford leads the Rays against Derek Jeter and the Yankees. Rays Yankees today at 12:30 on FSN Florida. No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College kickoff, Friday at 7 only on Sun Sports.
You don't want to miss a minute of the action. Urban Meyer leads the Gators against Troy. The game available live on pay-per-view only. To order, call your local cable or satellite provider. That's the Gators and the Trojans live only on pay-per-view. 28-3, Florida on top of Western Kentucky. A provisional 1A school this year. They'll be eligible for the championship in the Sun Belt Conference in 2009. A transition for the first time in school history into 1A football. Florida unable to manage much offense on its first series of the third quarter. Now Western Kentucky takes over. Their starting quarterback was David Wolke, but the transfer from Notre Dame shaken up on the first series and has not been back in the game for Western Kentucky.
And KJ Black has really not played that bad. You know, the defense has just been getting good pressure on him and knocking him around, forcing him to pull the football and try to run with it. So
he's completed 7 of 9 throws as he looks to throw on first down, rolling out, and is able to connect. A couple of missed tackles, and then Brandon Spikes is there to make the tackle on Jesse Quinn, but not before Quinn has a 19-yard pickup. Quinn out of Bradenton and that great Manatee high school program.
Well, and this is what you do when you start getting pressure. You roll your quarterback, you get him out of the pocket. You know, missed tackle by Joyner. You know, the safety's got to make that tackle. Hayden missed the first one, and then Joyner comes in and misses also. Good heads-up play by Brandon Spikes coming from his linebacker position from the backside.
Tyrell Hayden, the ball carrier, and he moves the pile across the 36 to about the 37-yard line. Let's give him 6 yards on that first down haul. And Kyle Jackson making an equipment adjustment. Jackson, an experienced player, not a returning starter. Backed up, pretty good player back there, Reggie Nelson, a year ago. But the senior from Neptune Beach out of Fletcher High School has 12 career starts, so he and Tony Joyner have a lot of experience at the safety position.
He was actually the starter a couple years ago and lost his position. And once Reggie Nelson got in there, it was just tough to get it back.
Yeah. Second down and 3. Black fumbles and falls on it back at the 33-yard line.
Javier Estepinen was right on the play, was not fooled, and basically as Black starts to pull it out, Estepinen was right there, able to make the play. So, good heads-up play by Javier.
This Western Kentucky team returning a lot of talented players from their 6 and 5 club a year ago.
Oh,
top 4 wide receivers, 3 of their linemen back.
The Western Kentucky team continually going empty backfield. They got 5 receivers out.
And the pass rush is on, but Black evades him. And has the pass caught by Gabler for a first down up around the 45-yard line. Duke Lemons, the freshman from Westlake Village, California.
Well, if you're the quarterback, David, and you're KJ Black, you want to know where Derek Harvey is. And right here, he sees Derek Harvey, and he makes that little quick move, evades the tackle, and gets outside, makes another big play. You know, this kid's going to be pretty daggone good. You know, he has the ability to stay alive and make things happen on his own.
Seems to be getting more confident as this game goes on. Redshirt freshman from Louisville, KJ Black. Running the option on the toss back to the end. It's Hamilton. And Hamilton, boy, he lowered his shoulder and popped somebody, and then out of bounds he goes at the 49-yard line. Was that Harvey? I think it was Derek Harvey.
No, that was actually Dustin Doe that he took on, and that sort of knocked Harvey off as well. So
Wandy Pierre-Louis made the tackle. Well-designed play, and didn't look like Hamilton had the speed to get to the corner, but then he made a nice physical play to pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, but watch this guy right here. Watch Harvey. Now, he's the guy that really stops this from being a big play. Right there, he turns him back into him, and then Doe takes the big shot, but Curtis Hamilton takes it on and bounces forward. So
somebody's helmet came flying off. Dustin Doe lost his helmet, but still made the tackle. Earl Everett type play against Ohio State.
Wow, he made sure that one thing was not going to happen again, David. There was no way that Hayden was going to run over him after letting Hamilton get away with it on the play before. You know, he just goes in there, lowers his shoulder, wraps up, and then just keeps those legs moving, driving him backwards, stopping him short of the first down.
That brings up 3rd down and 2. Black looking to the sideline. Offensive coordinator Kevin Wright flashing the signals. And flags fly as the ball is snapped. Western Kentucky only 1 penalty in the first half. But this one will cost them 5 yards.
Hey, watch though, David. They starting to develop a lot of confidence. That time they were just going with a straight ahead dive play, figuring that they could knock the defense off the ball, get the first down.
Well, we knew it was going to be a different type of game for the Gators on the defensive side. One of the most dominating defenses in college football a year ago, but 9 starters gone, including a couple of first-round picks, Jarvis Moss and Reggie Nelson. Now playing in the NFL. Florida had 9 players drafted, 9 more signed as free agents for last year's national title team. Hayden slipping a tackle near midfield, and then Tony Joyner makes the stop near the first down marker. It looks like it will be enough for the Hilltoppers.
Good blocking over the right side of the offensive line by Chris McConnell and Terrence Houston. Lloyd Presley, the center. You've got an upfield rush, so they don't even worry about blocking Derek Harvey because he's going to get the quarterback, runs himself out of the play, and that allows the tackle to go down and steal the linebacker.
Western Kentucky moving the football here in the 3rd period. We played almost 7 minutes of the quarter, and the Hilltoppers continue to move the ball. Option, and very little running room for KJ Black. Spikes has been all over the field, that time helped out by Jermaine Cunningham, number 49.
Another look, a little handoff, loose fake like you're going to hand it off to the tailback. You've had some success, and Jermaine Cunningham being alert, taking care of his responsibility, not allowing the play to get outside of him, makes the tackle.
Sun has been peeking in and out of the clouds. We expected rain today, but so far it has just remained steamy, very hot and humid. And Western Kentucky will take time.
And I tell you this here, you're seeing the heat and humidity as KJ Black is starting to cramp up. Yeah.
And so they'll try and get him straightened out. If you've ever had a cramp, you know how painful that is right now for KJ Black. And timeout taken by the Hilltoppers. Florida 28-3. College football on Sun Sports is brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealers and the Lots on the Lot event. By Advance Auto Parts. We're ready in advance. Advance Auto Parts. Welcome back to Gainesville. David Steele, Nat Moore, Steve Babbitt. Florida jumped out to a 28-0 lead. A late second quarter field goal for the Hilltoppers. And their quarterback KJ Black experiencing a cramp in the leg, so he's on the sideline. And their 3rd quarterback, 3rd-year sophomore Brandon Smith out of Danville, Kentucky, is in for the first time today. Number 3 all-time high school touchdown leader in Kentucky football history, threw 116 touchdown passes in high school at Danville High. His father was the coach, so he's a coach's son playing quarterback for the Hilltoppers.
Got a chance to play a little bit last year and was 4 of 5, 80% touchdown. So you know that he can throw the football. He has the pedigree. You know, the key is Does he understand the spread offense? Does he have the ability to run with the football the way that both Wolke and Black could?
Wolke shaken up on the first series of the game. There he is with a headset on, so apparently we'll not see any more of David Wolke today. And KJ Black now suffering cramps from this heat here in the swamp. And now it's Brandon Smith. And the Hilltopper offense has been clicking a little bit here in the third quarter. They've moved the ball across the midfield stripe to the Florida 43-yard line. Smith trying to loosen up that right arm. David Elson not real happy about something as he makes his way back to the sideline.
Now, I spoke with one of the public relations attendants, and he was telling me, Dave, the reason they went to the spread offense was because they wanted to try and spread everybody out, get away from Curtis Hamilton being doubled all the time, because once you spread him out now, it's tough to double him because you've got so many receivers in the ball game. And look like so far with what we've seen here today, it's going to be an advantage for him, because he's had some times when he's one-on-one, and each and every time he's been called upon, he's made a play.
He's a talented guy. This was a clock problem. The clock reset at 15 instead of 25. This was a called timeout, so the play clock should have been set at 25. So David Elson, I guess he's not happy about breaking the momentum of what he felt like his offense had going. Another delay in the play. And the officials now have the clock squared away. Quarterback Brandon Smith, 2nd and 10. And he'll throw it on his first play of the year. And complete it to Jake Gabler at the Florida 36-yard line. A good play to get a quarterback loosened up on. A quick out and a short throw.
Now just a little two-step drop. You know, you're in the shotgun. Boom, boom. Ball's out of your hand. Nice soft throw. Get a completion. Now you feel pretty good about third and short.
Third down play for the Hilltoppers. Midway in the third quarter. Smith will throw. Maybe not. Derek Harvey again. His second sack of the game.
Well, but David, this time they cross him up. Now what? This is Derek Harvey right here. He's actually going to drop into coverage. He's got the tight end. He goes out with the tight end, and guess what? Here he comes. I mean, great play call by Charlie Strong and Greg Madison, taking advantage of the athleticism of Derek Harvey as they drop him into coverage, covering the tight end, and then he comes off and makes the tackle on the scramble.
2 sacks already today now for Mr. Harvey out of Greenbelt, Maryland.
But how do you get a sack when you're in coverage?
You're pretty quick. You're awfully quick. We have had a lot of stoppage of play in the third quarter after a fairly cleanly played first half.
I think we're going to get the Western Kentucky team hit with a delay of the game. But you're right, David. The first part of the game was played very crisp and outstanding. And then all of a sudden, it's like just multiple penalties and mistakes.
Well, maybe the heat becomes a factor, and Florida jumping out to an easy 4-touchdown lead. Perhaps mentally, Nat, you let down a little bit and you start making some mistakes, which is not going to make your coaching staff very pleased. Low snap, Jeremy Moore gets it away. Jared Faison will let it hit at the 6-yard line and down at the 2 by Richard Etheridge.
Well, 2 things on that particular play, and hopefully when we come back I'll have a chance to talk about it.
All right, that's a 44-yard punt. A beautiful kick by Jeremy Ward. Florida's offense is backed up at the 2-yard line, leading 28-3.
Why do we call them steak burgers? Because we can.
When people ask me for a recommendation, I suggest a chocolate hand-dipped milkshake. And when people ask me for a recommendation, I suggest a vanilla hand-dipped milkshake. The side-by-side milkshake. Any two of your favorite milkshakes together in one glass.
Steak and Shake, where you can get side-by-side milkshakes.
If you want to make your hard-earned dollar go a whole lot farther, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has the low prices guaranteed to save you money. Get ready to get the best price possible on all the parts and accessories you need with our ready-to-go low price guarantee. Nobody can beat our prices on just about anything for your car. So when you want to get more for your money while getting more out of your car, get to Advance Auto Parts for our everyday ready-to-go low price guarantee.
Ready in advance.
Remember, overwatering your lawn is a no-no. For more water conservation tips, visit ouc.com.
Step into the cage for Rays baseball on FSN Florida. Carl Crawford leads the Rays against Derek Jeter and the Yankees. Rays Yankees today at 12:30 on FSN Florida.
Now, there's an internet site that was made for Gator fans. FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com. Get exclusive recruiting updates, interviews, and insider reports on breaking Gator news. With daily bulletins, email alerts, and message boards. For the best Gator coverage on the net, go to FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Immediately following the Florida-Troy game, catch extended live post-game analysis, player interviews, and Urban Meyer's press conference during the Geico Gator postgame. Saturday at 9:30, only on Sun Sports. No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College kickoff, Friday at 7, only on Sun Sports.
Welcome back. Third quarter action. 6:23 on the clock. Florida 28 and Western Kentucky 3. Steve Babbitt here on the sideline, now joined by former Gator great quarterback Shane Matthews. Shane Matthews playing for the Gators back in the early 1990s. Shane, first of all, as of January 8th of this past year, ever since that point in time, it's been very good to be associated with Florida football. I would even think from a Letterman association too.
Absolutely, not only just with Florida football, but just to be a Gator. You know, we run the world right now pretty much. The Gator Nation does with basketball and football. You know, Urban and his staff did a tremendous job for us to kind of come out of nowhere last year and basically just dominate Ohio State.
I've been lucky enough to see the Matthews era of Florida football, Warfel, Grossman, Leak. Now it's the Tim Tebow era of Florida football. What about Tim's play so far?
Well, Timmy's going to have an outstanding year. I mean, he's everything you look for in a quarterback. He's big, he's strong, he's tough. He's a winner and a leader. The only suggestions that I'd give to Tim is not try to run over so many people. You know, now that he's playing the entire course of a game, he needs to not take the punishment and run out of bounds every now and then.
All right, Shane, thank you.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Spoken like a true quarterback there, David.
Yes,
Stop
sir.
taking that punishment, young man. You've got a long career ahead of you, and if you don't need to, there's no reason. There's going to be plenty of opportunities when you have to take defenders on, but wisely get down.
Something tells me that Tebow won't make a major adjustment in that category. maybe tweak it here and there, but that's his personality. That's what he is. And he hands off to Keyston Moore. Only a couple of yards to the 4-yard line. Tebow has taken every snap at the quarterback position. We have not seen backup Cameron Newton yet,
Which is a little surprising, but I think a lot of that could be because of the way they ended the half with the bad drive. After being extremely successful the first 4 drives, you know, they went backwards on the second drive. So I think what they want to do is come back out, right the ship, get Tebow and the first-team offense back on track before they start looking at bringing in subs.
and this time you're starting at your 2-yard line. Not exactly an ideal spot to throw a true freshman into the fire. Moore picks up good yardage on 2nd down, out to the 11, 1 yard shy of a first down. Number 42, L.J. Harbison made the tackle.
Good blocking on the right side. Nice job by Rutledge coming from the H-back position, kicking out on Klein, the defensive end. Big hole for Keyston Moore to step up in.
Rutledge playing the role of Billy Lapsco from the last several years on that particular play. Gators line up in a power formation with Tebow and Rutledge and Moore, and they pound it to the left side and appear to have the first down easily to the 14-yard line. Keaston's helmet came flying out of there, but he picked up first down yardage.
Here's a good look at Keaston Moore picking his way, running over would-be tacklers. He's had a real good ball game. This time just tucking in on that left side, following the big uglies into the end zone. And then nice job of stretching the play and then turning it up. Picking his hole, running over linebackers. Getting those pads down, driving forward, picking up additional yardage when necessary.
Get about 5 yards per carry. Keaston Moore. Tebow airing it out for Caldwell. Slightly underthrown, but Caldwell wrestles the ball away from the defender at the 41-yard line of the Hilltoppers.
Now, being an ex-receiver, David, this is where you really get your juices going because Bubba Caldwell does everything right. This is how you help your quarterback. You've got your defender beat. You see the ball's underthrown. You go up and you catch the ball at the highest point, going up over Jahad Morris and getting the completion. This is a receiver saying, all right, big fella, it's my time to do something for you. You've been throwing perfect passes all day. I'm going to make a play. He goes up, takes the ball away from the defender. Beautiful.
And another long pass connecting for the Gators. Caldwell's caught 2 of those bombs. And there's going to be a review of the last play. I suppose that David Elson has asked for the review. You've got one of those per game as head coach.
Well, it's always been a rule that the tie goes to the receiver versus the defender. The defender has to take the ball away, and that time looked like as they're coming down, it's a tie, and Bubba Caldwell went up and secured the football.
I don't know what's reviewable on this play, actually. Do you?
I tell you what, looks like a catch to me, and they both got possession of it.
It goes to the offensive team.
Well,
unless they're going to say that it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, but see, as soon as he touches the ground, the ball is complete. The ball is complete. It never touches the ground. So it's either a reception or it's an interception.
Yeah,
so
I think you're right.
After review, the on the field is confirmed. First down.
The play stands as called, and a first down for the Gators.
You know, if I can call it from up here, you know, that had to be.
Not that difficult.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. As a receiver, I know if I get a tie, I won that battle.
Just like in baseball, tie goes to the runner.
That's right.
Tie goes to the receiver in football. And the Gators have a first down at the Western Kentucky 42-yard line to get out from under that north end zone shadow. This drive started back at the 2-yard line. Tebow fakes the move to the middle and throws deep again for Cooper, and another beautifully thrown football. Cooper with his second touchdown catch of the day. The first one went for 59 yards, and this one for just over 40.
Well, Morris has got the coverage, and with Cooper's speed, it's just impossible to run with him. You know, you've got a 8 to 10 yard cushion, and Cooper doesn't even put a move on him. He just runs right by him, Dave.
That makes it 34-3 with the extra point still to come from Joey Ehas. He's perfect on the day. 5 for 5 is Ehas, the senior. And the Gators, Urban Meyer's third-ranked football club, now leading 35-3 as Tim Tebow showing a soft touch and a strong arm. 11 out of 14 in the game for Tebow. Cooper with the second touchdown catch.
Camille at Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Stay tuned for an unbelievable announcement.
Lifetime warranty now at Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Zero deductible, no limit on mileage. For the first time in history, when you buy at Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge, you get a lifetime warranty. We are changing the car buying world as you know it. Come to Napleton and get your lifetime warranty now.
That's Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge, home of the lifetime warranty.
And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
This week on the best damn sports show, period. Baltimore Ravens All-Pro Ray Lewis. How will the Ravens knock off the Colts in the AFC? Team USA's Dwight Howard. Can this team of superstars bring home the gold for America? Plus the bus. Steelers great Jerome Bettis. Did he really fake an injury while playing for the Steelers? And Jerome's former coach and Super Bowl winner, Bill Cowher. This week at 11.
Now, there's an internet site that was made for Gator fans. FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com. Get exclusive recruiting updates, interviews, and insider reports on breaking Gator news. With daily bulletins, email alerts, and message boards. For the best Gator coverage on the net, go to FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com.
Step into the cage for Rays baseball on FSN Florida. Carl Crawford leads the Rays against Derek Jeter and the Yankees. Rays Yankees today at 12:30 on FSN Florida. No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College kickoff Friday at 7 only on Sun Sports.
Well, Riley Cooper making a big splash here in the season opener. The sophomore really showing some terrific speed, and then Tebow just lays it up there nice and soft for him twice today. And that terrific connection, Tebow and Cooper.
Yeah, but the thing that you're missing, Dave, and I sure hope we get another look at that end zone shot of the offensive line. They tried to come with a blitz, and here's another look at Cooper. He just runs right by him. You know, he just showed you speed. Morris just cannot run with him. But a great job by the offensive line of picking up the blitz and giving Tim Tebow a clean pocket to throw that pass in.
That's Stephen Willis on the return. And Siobhan Walker on the stop for the Gators on the kick return by Western Kentucky. There's Walker. Talented running back. We have not seen him carry the ball yet today. Making his presence known on special teams. Riley Cooper last year, he made a name for himself on special teams. Remember the big hit on early Doucette against LSU. That really helped the Gators defeat the LSU Tigers. But here today, Nat, he's doing it on the offensive end with a couple of touchdown receptions. 5 touchdown receptions for Cooper on 6 career receptions. Remarkable. And Tebow has laid it right out there for him twice today. Smith, the young quarterback, throwing on first down. It is incomplete.
How would you like to be Gabler? And you're seeing the ball coming in. It's nice and low, but also you're seeing Brandon Spikes, no linebacker, flowing to the football. Very scary situation, you know.
What are your thoughts on the linebacker play today? Doe and Spikes, A.J. Jones.
Extremely impressive. I love the way they've been able to drop into coverage. They do. To me, they actually do a better job on pass defense as far as dropping in coverage, being a part of a zone, than the previous linebackers. You know, as far as run coverage or run stoppage and then man-to-man coverage, I think they need to continue to improve to be up to the stature that the guys were, Earl Everett, Brandon Seiler, and Crum of last year, Brian Crum. So I think for the first game out, they've done a pretty daggone good job, especially with the type of defense that Charlie Strong and Greg Madison wanted to play today.
Gator fans, for only $60, you can purchase a Gator Gold Card and have access to every volleyball, gymnastics, and women's basketball regular season home game. Buy yours today. So many newcomers, 25 freshmen on the Florida football team. Only 21 junior and senior scholarship players on the field today. Smith on a throwback, and the pass is incomplete. Well, intended for Hamilton, and almost had two players in the same spot. A blocker standing right next to Hamilton, so not a well-executed play here by the Hilltoppers.
Well, if you remember, they ran that play earlier, and somebody forgot to block Dustin Doe, and Hamilton almost got his head taken off. So that time, I think Hamilton had a little alligator arms. Is that the name you use?
I think so.
Third down conversion. The Hilltoppers are only 20%, where the Gators are 60%.
Last year, the Gators converted on 44% of their third down opportunities. Smith threw it a little bit behind his receiver. That's Winquell Graves, a freshman from Bardstown, with his first catch of the game. And not nearly enough for the first down. So the Hilltoppers will punt the ball away. The punt coverage was a big problem for them last year. They gave up an average of 24 yards on 16 punt returns last year. But so far the Gators have not been able to break anything major off against them. Jared Faison back again. Jeremy Moore, low end over end. Let's see if Faison can do something with this one. Good coverage by Western. Faison made two guys miss, but not the third. And down he goes at the 40-yard line. Good play by Ross Cassidy, a backup linebacker, to keep Faison in check. Brandon James serving a one-game suspension and should be back in the mix as far as returns are concerned next week against Troy.
Well, it'll be good to get Brandon James back, but to get Jared Faison this kind of an experience, as you can see, he can catch the ball, he can make that first guy miss, which Brandon James was outstanding at, and then he's just got to learn to go north and south after he makes that first guy miss.
Did that just say 116 degrees? Wow. Pretty warm down there, obviously. Keyston Moore getting his 13th carry of the game, and he got popped pretty good by Robert Dark, number 95. Of course, that's the temperature down on the field with all those people in the enclosed bowl area.
Are you saying they're casting off a little additional heat?
Well, you know, I'm thinking about it because when you played back in the 70s, this was not an enclosed bowl. I wonder if that makes it. There's Cornelius Ingram with his first official catch of the game. He had one earlier, but it was nullified due to a penalty. So CI with his first reception. But you know, Nat, it was not an enclosed bowl. The south was not closed. The north was not closed.
It was not an enclosed bowl.
That might make a big difference. You and I were talking about it. You guys played at 1 o'clock back in the 70s and into the 80s.
Well,
and prior to the 70s.
Everybody played at 1 o'clock, and it was not a thing of trying to avoid the heat. You practice in the heat, so you were fortunate enough to play in the heat.
What do you think, Steve? Different now than it was back in the 60s and 70s here in the Swamp?
Well, I've definitely seen a big difference since the north end zone went up. You definitely see how the wind swirls down here, and the kickers and the quarterbacks really have to play the wind. Hey, at the start of today's game, the heat index on the field was 100 degrees. So obviously any breeze will feel good down here.
Tim Tebow going to keep. Penalty flag is dropped as Tebow throws out that big stiff arm and it crashes into the Hilltopper bench again. Crowd wants another flag thrown, and I think there might be one down over there.
Well, I sure hope the officials get a chance to look at this, because
there's a flag.
There was a bench player that really took a shot on Tebow as he runs into the bench. He hits him with an elbow, knocks him backwards. Well, let's go back and see if we can get a good look at him.
Well, there's a flag thrown early on the play. There's one already down here on the right side, and then another came in late.
Now watch one of these different, right here, the big boy right there. Right there. Big number 70 takes a shot. He just stands up and takes a big shot on him. You know, Corey Hughes was the guy that did that, and you know, that's kind of sad to see an offensive lineman turn around and take a shot on a quarterback like that. You know, here's a guy that spends the whole afternoon trying to protect his quarterback, and then he takes a cheap shot.
Well, he's one of those Florida natives out of Bradenton. Cody Hughes, starting guard. And a little frustration maybe taking effect with his Hilltoppers down by 35-3. 2 penalties, one against Florida for holding, and a personal foul on that late hit, that dead ball hit by big number 70.
Well, and the irony of, he's a big man over there on the sideline, David, but all afternoon, Brandon Antoine, Clint McMillan, Javier Estepina, and then Latrell Alford has been eating his lunch. So, sort of a cowardice thing to do.
And it turns out positive for the Gators. They'll spot the ball at the 30-yard line. Big Drew Miller over the football on 1st and 10. Boy, that's a beautifully thrown pass. Again to Riley Cooper, just out of the outstretched arm of Rashard Etheridge. Tebow showing soft touch. He's got good arm strength. A 12-yard gain here.
And Etheridge is in great position. Thinks he has a shot at trying to get the pick. This ball is thrown only where Riley Cooper can catch it, low and outside. Cooper goes down, comes up with the catch.
More over the middle, near the end zone. Brought down by Marcus Minor at the 2.
Exploding through the right side, running behind Marquise Pouncey, Carlton Metter, and Drew Miller. Watch him just explodes in this hole. Good blocking at the point of attack. Nice job by Jim Tart getting down there, getting the seal. Getting that seal block for him to spring it through. Didn't get touched until he caught up to the weak safety.
Tebow ready to take the snap. Hurry up offense, and Tebow trying to shuffle his feet into the end zone, and the timing was all wrong on that play, and Florida unable to put it in. So it'll be 2nd down and goal, and a loss of about a yard or maybe a little bit more. They'll spot it at the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal for Tebow and the Gators.
Gators bring in the big bodies. Rutledge comes in. Also big tight end Aaron Hernandez comes in.
And the Hilltoppers will stop the clock with 39 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Gators led 28-3 at the half. Have added 1 touchdown here in the 3rd on a touchdown toss from Tebow to Cooper. And now the Gators threaten to put it in the end zone again. On top, opening day in Gainesville.
It's Toyota's Lots on the Lot event. With so many great trucks to choose from, it's the right time to buy. Now, with available cash back and the XSP Sport Package discount, get $5,000 in total savings on a new 2007 Tundra Double Cab SR5. Toyota's Lots on the Lot event. Going on now.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
To others, they're just words. But to a Gator, they represent a lifelong bond, passion, a call to do something great. The University of Florida. The foundation for the Gator Nation.
You gotta eat. What are you doing? You gotta eat.
Checkers Big Buford is no ordinary burger. Massive, mouth-watering double beef and double cheese. Go grab 2 for $3. Perfect with our one-of-a-kind seasoned fries. Only at Checkers, where Big Buford rules. Day or late.
If you want your pool to stay a pool, keep it covered to prevent evaporation. For more water conservation tips, visit ouc.com.
And we can build this thing together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And
on the best damn sports show, period. Baltimore Ravens All-Pro Ray Lewis. How will the Ravens knock off the Colts in the AFC? Team USA's Dwight Howard. Can this team of superstars bring home the gold for America? Plus the bus. Steelers great Jerome Bettis. Did he really fake an injury while playing for the Steelers? And Jerome's former coach and Super Bowl winner, Bill Cowher. This week at 11.
All right, it's second down and goal. Tebow looking to throw. Floats it up high for Ingram. Off his fingertips and out of bounds, incomplete.
David, I think this is where they just wanted to reward CI and get him some touches, because this is a perfectly thrown football. It's high and outside, and CI will be the first one to tell you he should make this catch. He's going up against a smaller defender. He wards him off, and then just not able to come down with it.
Now it's third down and goal at the 2. Power I formation. Tebow fumbled the snap and still is able to manage some positive yardage, but he did not get into the end zone.
So, after fumbling the snap, outstanding effort trying to get the ball in.
Looked like he was going to lose a yard or two back to the 3 or 4 yard line. Instead, it's going to be fourth down and inches on the Hilltopper doorstep.
Just tries to stretch that football out to break the plane of the goal line.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter, Nat. We'll move to the other side of the field. And Tebow and company will try and put it in early in the fourth period. So in the third, the Gators add 1 touchdown as David Elson's Hilltoppers battling in that 15-minute period. But Florida a commanding advantage in the heat on opening day, with Tebow delivering both in the air and on the ground.
If you want to make your hard-earned dollar go a whole lot farther, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has the low prices guaranteed to save you money. Get ready to get the best price possible on all the parts and accessories you need with our ready-to-go low price guarantee. Nobody can beat our prices on just about anything for your car. So when you want to get more for your money while getting more out of your car, get to Advance Auto Parts for our everyday ready-to-go low price guarantee.
Ready in advance.
Now, there's an internet site that was made for Gator fans. FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com. Get exclusive recruiting updates, interviews, and insider reports on breaking Gator news. With daily bulletins, email alerts, and message boards. For the best Gator coverage on the net, go to FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com.
This week on the best damn sports show, period. Baltimore Ravens All-Pro Ray Lewis. How will the Ravens knock off the Colts in the AFC? Team USA's Dwight Howard. Can this team of superstars bring home the gold for America? Plus the bus. Steelers great Jerome Bettis. Did he really fake an injury while playing for the Steelers? And Jerome's former coach and Super Bowl winner, Bill Cowher. This week at 11.
Gator football from Gainesville, the swap, and a sellout crowd enjoying a 35-3 Gator advantage as we head to the fourth quarter from Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Hey, don't forget, catch exciting Gator women's soccer action Sunday on Sun Sports. Becky Burley leads the Gators against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. The match begins Sunday at 1:30 on Sun Sports. All right, it's fourth down and inches. Power I formation. DeVoe, Rutledge, and Moore on about the 4-inch line. You leave it with Tebow, or do you give it to Moore here, Nat?
I think what you want to do is just run that little power I over the left side. You've had great success with it. Give it to Moore coming in over the top.
All right, let's see. Handoff, Moore. Did perhaps go over the top, but he had
told
so
you I
much
could have been a
daylight.
coach. I mean, you go to your bread and butter there. You know, you got that power eye, and you got Keyston Moore with a 7-yard head start. You got great blocking over the left side with Jim Tart, Jason Watkins, Drew Miller. That's all you need. You need a seam. Here's another good look at it. Good job by Rutledge stealing back inside, letting Moore pick the hole, just following it at that soft hole.
81, Hernandez also pushing forward on that play, and Keyston Moore with the touchdown run, his second TD carry of the game. That's the same number that he had last year in the entire season. So Keyston Moore runs the Gators to a 42-3 advantage.
Gator football is back, only on pay-per-view. Tune in September 8th as we head to the Swamp to watch the Gators take on the Troy Trojans, live on pay-per-view.
It's blocked again. Unbelievable.
To order, call your local cable or satellite provider.
And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Step into the cage for Rays baseball on FSN Florida. Carl Crawford leads the Rays against Derek Jeter and the Yankees. Rays Yankees today at 12:30 on FSN Florida. No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College kickoff Friday at 7 only on Sun Sports.
This week on the best damn sports show, period. Baltimore Ravens All-Pro Ray Lewis. How will the Ravens knock off the Colts in the AFC? Team USA's Dwight Howard. Can this team of superstars bring home the gold for America? Plus the bus. Steelers great Jerome Bettis. Did he really fake an injury while playing for the Steelers? And Jerome's former coach and Super Bowl winner, Bill Cowher. This week at 11.
Back in Gainesville, David Steele, Nat Moore, Steve Babbitt, as the Gators have taken a 42-3 lead early in the fourth period, the first play of the quarter. And it was Keyston Moore shoving it in for his second touchdown run of the game. Already a career high 91 yards today for Moore.
Good blocking at the point of attack, and then he just picks his way, finds that soft spot in the defensive line and just tucks in. Good lead block there by DeVoe. Then you've got number 29, fullback.
Rutledge and Hernandez also pushing.
Yes. We got Cam Newton warming up on the sideline, as well as John Brantley. But it looks more like Newton's warming up and Brantley's just catching a few, causing it back to it.
Well, Brantley is not expected to play. His helmet's off, but Newton has headphones on, so I'm not sure
how to read that.
I think it'll be Newton, however.
You don't think that maybe they're over there just trying to give the coach a
maybe they're
little
sending
hint.
a message.
Hey, coach, we're over here.
It's
you know,
42-3. Let's get some other QBs in there. Etheridge got hit and hit hard by number 54, Roderick Blackett, but he bounced off and is dropped finally at the 20-yard line.
David, this is how you make the highlight reel if you're on special teams, where you just go down, you bust up the wedge, lower your shoulder, and then just sort of, oh, excuse me, Mr. Running Back, I just happened to be here, and you put that hat on him, you know what I mean?
Not bad.
I used to be scared of those kind of guys when I returned kickoffs, you know.
They got that look in their eye, that
but they
crazy
had that look in their eyes, and I was worried about my wedge, whether they were going to take care of them or they were going to turn them loose on me like they just did with Black.
KJ Black is back for Western after suffering a leg cramp in the third quarter. And a big hit as McLeod carries the football, and that was Jeremy Finch, a hard-hitting freshman from Indianapolis, making the tackle. We saw Finch on a special teams play earlier in the first quarter make a big hit. Another talented true freshman for the Gators.
And watch the play of Joe Hayden. He's this corner. He's ex-quarterback. He's never played corner, played some safety in high school, but he holds off the defender, keeps everything in front of him, and then that allows Finch to come over and make a big hit like that. So the young guy's really playing good football.
Hamilton had 2 steps on the defender, Hayden, but the ball was overthrown by KJ Black.
And once again, as a young guy, this is where you learn. This is all about learning. Now watch him look inside. He looks inside, he looks back, and now he's beat. You know, you can't let Hamilton get to you like that. You've got to jam him at the line of scrimmage and then look back. You let him get past you, you start to look back in the backfield, you're lost.
You know, if that's 2 weeks from now with Eric Ames throwing and one of those talented Tennessee wideouts on the receiving end, that might be 6 points.
That's for sure.
3rd down and 5 for the Hilltoppers. McLeod. Duke Lemons, number 44, makes the stop. Well, you talk about success. Now this guy played for a successful high school team. They won 46 in a row. They won 4 state titles in a row. His high school club in California, Oaks Christian. And he was a 4-year starter on all 4 of those clubs.
McLeod is only a 5'8", 190 pounds, but speedster.
He's a speedster, but Lemons might be just as fast on the other side of the ball.
So you said it has nothing to do with size.
A lot of speed out there. That's all I'm seeing here today. Florida's got some young guys that can really run. Moore gets it away. A low line drive should be returnable for Faison. Tell you, Western Kentucky has done an admirable job of covering punts today, and that was a terrible part of the game for them a year ago. Travis Waters made the stop.
But I also think the Gators are helping them out a little bit because they're not really blocking the Flyers where they're lining up on top of them, keeping them from going downfield.
Well, they tried to block that one. They went all out for the block. So Faison didn't have much help back there on the return. A lot of things to smile about for Gator fans. They lead 42-3.
Now, the Inn at Captain Hiram's is much more than just a hotel. It's the riverfront destination with an island resort atmosphere. Enjoy beautiful riverfront rooms at the Inn at Captain Hiram's, unwind by the pool, experience live music 7 days a week, and sample fresh seafood right here at Captain Hiram's. But if you have to work in a much friendlier type of setting. So break away from the ordinary. Stay at the Inn at Captain Hiram's on Sebastian's Riverfront, where you can be lazy or crazy.
Now, there's an internet site that was made for Gator fans. FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com. Get exclusive recruiting updates, interviews, and insider reports on breaking Gator news. With daily bulletins, email alerts, and message boards. For the best Gator coverage on the net, go to FightinGators.com, powered by Scout.com.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Get your in-depth coverage of college football in Florida every week on the Chevy Tailgate Weekend. Start your weekend with previews of the upcoming games on Friday night's Rec Warehouse College Kickoff. Immediately following the games on Saturday, we bring you extended live post-game analysis and press conferences on the Geico Seminole and Gator postgame. And finally, tune in Monday nights for energetic debate and Monday evening quarterbacking on Tailgate Overtime presented by AT&T. The Chevy Tailgate Weekend only on Sun Sports. No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College Kickoff, Friday at 7 only on Sun Sports.
$13:40 to go here in this game. Florida with the big lead of 42-3. Hi, everybody. Steve Babick along with David Still and Nat Moore. all during this game we have talked about the impact of the freshman class, true freshmen. Urban Meyer said no hesitation to play these guys. In fact, when you look at the two deep, as many as 10 freshmen dominate the two deep, many on the defensive side. And these freshmen are very talented and used to winning. Of the 25 true freshmen, 14 played for a state championship last season. David still mentioned about Duke Lemons. A lot of guys on this squad, freshmen, are used to winning. That is why they are wearing a Florida Gator uniform.
Makes a lot of sense. Recruit guys that know how to win.
And they're used to playing in big ball games. You know, when you play for the state championship or you get into the playoffs year after year, you develop a habit of expecting to win.
Here's another one of those talented freshmen, Cameron Newton, out of College Park, Georgia. He enrolled in school last January, so he was a part of the spring football campaign and got a leg up on young John Brantley. Another true freshman, Brian Wagner, a junior college transfer who is injured to start the season. So Newton is the backup quarterback, and he takes his first snap as a Gator, and his pass is complete to David Nelson. It's going to be good for a couple of yards. Nelson, a sophomore out of Wichita Falls, Texas, a third-year sophomore who had 5 catches a year ago. 3 of them against Western Carolina, the other 2 against University of Central Florida.
Yeah, David Nelson getting his first action here this afternoon. Goes up, catches the football. Nelson is a lengthy receiver at 6'4",
good size.
208.
Well, you talk about good size. What about 6'5", 243? Cameron Newton is a big young man at quarterback. And flags are down. A lot of new faces on the field for the Florida Gators, and this penalty is going to go against the Gators. Carl Johnson is in at one tackle position, a redshirt freshman. That's 57. 55 is Michael Pouncey, twin brother of Marquise, who started at right guard today, both from Lakeland High School, that Lakeland High School championship team.
Eddie Harp, number 69, is in at the the left guard.
And that's Maurice Hurt, number 74, a redshirt freshman out of Milledgeville, Georgia. Second down from the 35-yard line for the Gators. Big Cam Newton. And he's chased out of bounds at the 35. Last year when Tebow came in for Leak, it was a totally different deal that opposing teams had to worry about. Leak, pure passer. Tebow, more of the run-pass combination, a physical football player. Newton is very similar to Tebow in the way that he plays the game. So it's a different dynamic this year.
Yeah, just a little bigger, a little stronger, and has good quicks. There we saw the big fellow show his speed as he was able to get outside of the rush, just not able to turn it upfield.
Third down and 12 from the 35. Newton showing that strong arm, and his pass is complete to Riley Cooper for 8 yards, but short of a first down. And the ball at the 44-yard line. Newton, big and strong, played in that U.S. Army East-West All-American high school football game, along with his teammate Trateau also was in that game. Jason Trateau on the defensive side.
But did you see the look he's giving the coach over there on the sideline? Hey, coach, you know, we're up. You know, I need a little bit more playing time. Why don't we just go ahead and go for it here on 4th down?
Not going to happen. He'll get another chance. Still 12:22 left in the 4th period.
And I like what I just saw just now, where he comes off. The first thing he does, he goes over, he talks to Tim Tebow, you know, where they've got to communicate, help each other get better. So that's what it's all about. Guys competing, but also trying to help each other get better, so that no matter what, you've got the best possibility of winning football games.
There they are, side by side on the sideline, is freshman Chaz Henry. Florida's new punter out of Dallas, Georgia. Hit clear for 42 yards. And hammers this one. Fair catch is called for and made by Gabler at the 11-yard line. So Henry's showing that strong leg. He set a school record with a 66-yard punt in high school, and he's Paulding High in Georgia.
And real good job by the flyer, Jamar Hornsby. Second time that the punter, Henry, has gotten a nice long kickoff, and he's been there each and every time to force the returner to fair catch it. So a lot of work goes into those flyers as far as maintaining field position, getting down, making tackles, or forcing the receiver to fair catch the football.
The special teams, such a big part of Florida's national championship success a year ago. And an important part of this year's game as well. The ball carrier is Andrew McLeod, and freshman Carlos Dunlap is there to put the brakes on him at the 8-yard line.
And David, what I like about these young guys so far here today is they're seeing the ball hand off. They've got great vision. They're seeing everything. They're not getting fooled on the option.
Seeing a lot of players now late in the game with Florida in command. Marcus Manson is lined up, the former running back, at a corner position. He shifted this year to the defensive side of the ball. That's the fullback, Jared Johnson, on the receiving end. And Jeremy Finch, the freshman from Indianapolis, made the tackle. Finch has made his presence felt today.
Jeremy Finch, the backside linebacker, comes all the way across the field to make the tackle, short of the first down.
There's Manson, who last year didn't get to carry the ball much, only had 4 carries on the season. In 2005, he had 81 carries from the tailback spot. And he's made great strides to play cornerback position. Black fumbles, but it's picked up by the Hilltoppers, number 64, Andrew Campbell. And it would have been a disastrous situation for Western. Torrey Davis is the guy that got too black and knocked it loose.
Well, Torrey Davis is coming all the way. He gets cut, but he gets back up, gets back into the pursuit, and there just knocks the ball loose away from K.J. Black. Very fortunate for Western Kentucky, that is, that the ball bounced back up to one of their linemen.
Davis, another freshman out of Sefner's Armwood High School, wearing number 95. Ray McDonald, made famous around here. Chris Rainey is the deep man to return the punt. Rainey catches it on a run to the 30-yard line. The freshman from Lakeland to the 22-yard line. Showing some nifty footwork, and he ran right out of his shoe.
Well, David, anybody that watched Lakeland High School football last year saw a lot of this from Chris Rainey. You know, here's a guy that last year put the ball in the end zone 32 times. He was not really a punt returner. He was a guy that ran the ball from scrimmage. But as you can see, he has the ability to make people miss. He weaves his way downfield, loses a shoe or two, and nothing stops him.
They lost the second one there at the end of the play. He carried them both off the field. And Florida with the ball at the 22-yard line in Hilltopper territory. Siobhan Walker gets the pitch. And the redshirt freshman from Fort Myers and Riverdale High School. Well, you talk about fast. This guy runs a 10.5 100-meter in the SEC outdoor track meet last spring. He can fly.
And he was really the most outstanding back during the orange and blue game. Just ran the ball with reckless abandon, and I'll look forward to big things when given an opportunity this year, because he does have the skills to be a good back in the SEC.
He's lined up alongside Cam Newton. And a big quarterback throwing it. Nice breakup by Etheridge as Cooper going for the hat trick. Already 2 touchdown catches for Riley Cooper, but a nice defensive play by Rashad Etheridge.
Yeah, Rashad did a nice job of keeping that left arm out of there, reaching around with the right arm. You know, this ball might just be a hair late. Cooper is open, ball gets there late, a little bit behind him. He's able to make the play. You got to lead that receiver away from the cornerback. But those are things that Newton will eventually get better at and will learn.
Now 3rd down. From the 18. Newton will throw again. Nicely done there, just over the outstretched arm of the defender and into the hands of sophomore David Nelson.
When you get a target, David, that's 6'4", you could send him through the middle, you can throw it up high, you know he can go up and get it. You know, this is just nothing but a little pitch and catch, and Nelson goes up real high, ball slightly behind it, but watch him go up and get it. Great hands in traffic.
Nelson, one of those young receivers that has made great progress from last year to this year. You see his numbers on last year. And he's already caught 2 balls here today. It's 1st and goal for the Gators at the Hilltopper 5-yard line. Look at Newton. Man, he is powerful, is he not? He's pretty excited too, Nat Moore. He's in the end zone for his first collegiate touchdown.
And he gives you the Gator chop. Well, I guess he's saying to Tim, you know, Tim, it's okay. You could be Chris Leak this year, and I'll be the power runner in the future, all right?
And showing that enthusiasm that Tim Tebow showed so frequently last year. He hops with the extra point. He's good again. And the Gators hit 49 with 8:23 left now in the 4th period. Pouring it on opening day, in defense of their national title. A lot of youngsters getting a chance to play, and now freshman Cameron Newton has put one in the end zone and is in the record books for the Florida Gators.
Hi, I'm Kyle Busch, professional NASCAR driver, and whether I'm on the track or working in my yard, safety always comes first. Before you replace a mailbox, install a fence, or do any landscaping, play it safe. Put down the shovel and pick up the phone. Call Sunshine State One Call at 811. 2 full business days before digging. Utility companies will
Stop forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Immediately following the Florida-Troy game, catch extended live post-game analysis, player interviews, and Urban Meyer's press conference during the Geico Gator post-game. Saturday at 9:30, only on Sun Sports. No one covers college football like Sun Sports. Join us Friday nights for live analysis and previews of the weekend's upcoming games. We'll also take a walk down memory lane with Miami safety Kenny Phillips. Rec Warehouse College kickoff, Friday at 7, only on Sun Sports.